Hello YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. We welcome you to the live coverage of the Outlaws Sim Series Race 15 of 36 here at the virtual Chicagoland Speedway. I have Jacob Zala with me in the booth. I'm Emerson Arden, and we join you tonight from the virtual Joliet, Illinois. Opening in July 2001, the Chicagoland Speedway played host at all the NASCAR National Series. Well, the trucks would come on in 2009. ARCA and IndyCar would also make the bumpy start in 2001. USAC and IROC would follow in the coming years. But with the current situation going on in the world right now, the track would not be sought after in 2020. If it wasn't for the saving grace of the ARCA Menard Series, it wouldn't be for 2021 either. Nonetheless, the track lives on in all of its glory in its virtual form in iRacing, and tonight's drivers get ready for 175 laps of banked 1.5 mile track race in action in virtual Joliet under the lights in the sim. That being said, I'm not alone up here for the first time in nearly 10 races, and I think I should let my co-commentator, Mr. Zala, introduce himself. Jacob? Looks like he's not here, which is all right. We'll get to next order of business, which is this week's laps for charity. Charity we're dedicating the first 30 minutes of practice to, or I'm sorry, the final 30 minutes of practice to. And this week it is Mission 22, and so you can donate to Mission 22 straight through to our Facebook page, which is the Outlaw Sim Series on Facebook, and we have posts about today's race that have the Mission 22 charity donation button under it. Mission 22, I've had the opportunity to work with Operation Motorsports, and they also have taught me a lot about Mission 22. And well, each day, 22 veterans on average take their own life, but together we can win the war against veteran suicide. And it's a great cause to help veterans post their service. With everything that can happen in service, Mission 22 tries to help them out in any capacity possible, and so any donations they can receive would mean so much to them. So please donate to such a great cause. I've been very, very fortunate to learn a lot about veterans with my ventures on Pit Stop TV and broadcasting Operation E-Motorsport races over there. And when I heard this week's charity was Mission 22, I was very thankful that was the charity for this week. And so I strongly encourage, if you're financially able to, physically able to, mentally able to, donate to Mission 22, please do. And again, it's through our Facebook page, Outlaw Sim Series, and the posts about today's race will have a donation button straight to Mission 22. That being said, we'll see you again if we have Jacob with us. Jacob, you there?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. And yeah, joining me, giving me a co-commentator for the first time in 10 races. Figured the people want to hear a little bit about you.
All right. Sorry about that, everyone. We had technical difficulties over here on my side, but hello there, everyone. In case you don't know, Emerson has already said it. I am Jacob Zala. I used to drive the number 4 car. I say used to, and we'll get to that in a little while here. As you all know, you should know, Chicagoland is my home track. I haven't really been there much. When I did, it was really fun. Track is fast, 1.5 miles. Don't let that curve on the back straight. That'll get some people here tonight. On a serious note, with that, the announcement I've had to make, it's been a tough decision this week, and it comes at a long cost. Tonight, the number 4 car will be put into retirement. It's been a lot of things for me, a lot of decisions that I've had to make, hard decisions, and I figured, why not come down to Chicagoland, give Emerson some help.
For sure, and it's greatly appreciated. And of course, this has nothing to do with any of my previous co-commenters. Of course, we had Devin Zimmerman with me before, and he's had very personal matters to take care of since his leave, and so still wishing him nothing but the best for him and his family as they. I won't disclose what's happening, but just wishing them the best. But very fortunate that Jacob has decided to join me. He's been kind of nagging at me a little bit for it the past few weeks, and I was like, I don't know, I figured he was having more fun racing, but having him in the booth tonight is gonna be his I think his first time on a broadcast, so we'll see how he does anyway. But don't give him too much if he makes a mistake, because it's not an easy job to sit up here and call a race live and have everything happen in front of you. So it is tough to do that in a presentable way and to color a broadcast in a presentable way that's enjoyable for every one of you who tunes in and joins us each week, because we're already up to the 7 viewers across our 4 platforms tonight, and I know the more will come in as we end the practice session. And that being said, we have 22 minutes left to practice, and what are we seeing out there on the track, Jacob?
Right now, I'm watching Reese Schaefer going into 3 and 4 here, looking pretty smooth, taking his line on the bottom, going high. A lot of people coming out of pit road right now at the moment. We see the 3, the 7 of Malenko, the 81 of Max Service, the 71.
Oh yeah, we got a pit party.
Yes, we do. We have a whole pit party.
This will be fun.
The 65 of sorry guys, Kyle
right.
Lingerfeld, Andrew Pratt in the 75, and the 9 along with.
All right. Well, let's see if we can talk to one of the drivers tonight who calls this track their home track, and see if we can get a word in with fan favorite driver number 77. And Seth, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Your volume's a little low. I'm gonna work on that real quick, but oh, never mind. It's full volume on my end. But
How's that?
a little bit better. But so you call this track home, you say?
Yes, I've gone every year since 2016.
All right. Well, I'll let Jacob walk you through this part and kind of talk about what it's been like, your experiences coming here, because he's also been here. He also calls this track home.
All right. So basically, what is your favorite part of this track? First off.
I mean, the back straightaway is obviously the most unique because it's curved. But I mean, my favorite part of the track is just being able to, run anywhere really. I mean, run the bottom line, run the wall. Maybe not in this game, but obviously in real life. It's definitely my favorite mile and a half. Extremely sad to see it go, and that's not playing home favorites. I think it has had some great racing.
Well, I don't know.
Terrible arrow.
Yeah, for sure. Said, do any memories stick out for you at this track? Because I know if it's on the end. Oh my goodness, it's a car! Oh my goodness.
Well, Seth, as I was going to say before I cut you off there, that was I apologize. I don't know if you did know, but there still will be ARCA racing here, from what I was told.
Really?
From what I have heard, there will still be ARCA racing at Chicagoland.
Yeah, I saw down the 2021 ARCA schedule that was released yesterday. They're the last saving grace. But
hopefully they'll save it.
Yeah. Back to what's a memory that sticks out to you at this track?
Probably in 2016 I went there. It wasn't too good of a memory. My favorite driver, Chase Elliott, taking over for Jeff Gordon, was about to win that race, and a caution came out. And I remember being ready to see him in victory lane, so that was a little bit of a heartbreak. But I get to the infield every year. Thanks to my Uncle Lou with Flood Brothers, gives us infield passes. And it was free drinks, free food, free everything. So it's almost like VIP access. And, I think that sticks out the most is just being able to go into the infield every year.
Yeah, for sure. And that being said, all your experiences coming to Chicagoland, does that give you maybe any competitive edge heading into tonight's race?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe not. Best thing I could think of is probably just tire management and trying to run probably most conservative line here. I think entry is going to be the most important at this track. I could already tell if I'm maybe a foot too far to the right on entry and I can't get to the bottom like I need to. So hopefully I've been working on that. I could already tell I've gotten a lot better since the practice session started. But yeah, maybe a little bit of an advantage, maybe not.
For sure. As you said, it was a race, I think a USA or something. You you figured out the track on lap 200, so I assume you'll figure it out at some point. We'll take a look at the playoff standings here, and with the win, you're now third in the playoff seeding. You're only behind Max Service on your win total. What's the likelihood tonight, or what track are you looking forward to between now and the end of the regular season that's going to maybe get you up there with Malenko in seeding?
Tonight? I mean, honestly, tonight I'm really looking forward to it. I like the feel of this track, and I mean, I'd probably say, I wouldn't say it drives similar to Texas, but obviously I had good success there at Texas, and tire management was huge there, so hopefully I could just keep it up front and have a chance at the end and not mess up on pit road.
Yeah, the mistakes have not been kind to you, for sure. But again, best of luck to you tonight. Your home track. Oh my! You just had a car go right through your car. That's always fun. Best of luck to you tonight. Your home track. Wishing you the best of luck, and yeah, hopefully we're talking to you on the other side.
All right, thank you.
Right on. And checking the chat real quick, we have Schuppensnibble, and the biggest Kyle Lingerfeld fan is back again. I respect Seth Berger. Hope he has a good run. But it's going to have to be second because number 65, Lingerfeld, is going for the win. Ooh. Well, if I had a... No, we can't bring up Lingerfeld. He's not in the Discord, so I would love to interview Lingerfeld. I don't have an easy way to do that right now, but that being said, somebody I would like to interview. 2 weeks ago, our pole sitter, the fastest guy in practice, we had Greg Holt, and he started on pole and he did not get to lead a lap. I don't know what you could see from your point of view, Jacob, on that, but
I'll go. Do you want me to go ahead and run through what I saw?
Sure. What did you see on that?
So, well, we were starting the race, and we were going green. We were getting through turns 1 and 2. We were going fine, and I think Greg just got loose off the corner and spun it, and that was what really cost him.
Well, let's hear it straight from him, and we'll talk to last week's pole sitter and currently top of the charts here in practice, Mr. Greg Holt. And Greg, I'm not quite sure how to describe what happened last week. You had the speed and you didn't get to the start-finish line first after lap 1. What happened from your point of view? Looks like we don't have Greg right now. We'll see if we can get to maybe reconnect with that later. But you did drive at Nashville, and it was rough. There was 15 accidents that brought out cautions last week. What was so hard about Nashville?
Nashville is it's a short track, so that and Bristol are both really hard tracks, especially in Xfinity cars. But the bump out of 2, that's really what happened. Was caused most of those cautions, and the cars just being loose and tight all race. So you never know. On older tires, it was loose. New tires, it was tight. So it was hard for us to get used to the car.
Well, somebody who also wasn't too thrilled about having to do Nashville last weekend probably got a little better of a run than he expected 2 weeks ago at Nashville. But Miz, you're right now second on the practice boards. Before about today's race, talk to us about how your mood changed at Nashville.
Oh, Well, I mean, I was definitely stoked with the way that ended. But like I said in that interview, I was looking forward to these tracks coming up.
For sure, and you're second on the chart. So right now, backing that up, you think you got first? What is it about this track that you seemingly like about it? I'm just assuming with that.
I mean, it's a little. It's gonna make me sound bad, but it's easier to drive. It's just a lot about driver and not as much about car, I guess. Being able to keep your momentum up and hitting the apex just right, you know. That's those other tracks. The littlest mistakes you can overcome them really easy. To where here, if you make a big mistake, it's a lot harder to come back from. And I just feel these are better for me because I just make less mistakes.
All right, so you and Jacob, who's with me tonight, both of you didn't have the best of runs to start at Nashville. But how did that progress through the night? And
Yeah, just learning the track, learning how all the little nuances of how much brake and throttle really matters.
Looking at the practice.
My problem.
Sorry. Go for it.
My problem there was just not enough track time at that track.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tyler Markle just went top of the charts and knocking you down the third. I was just about to say you were second, 9 1,000s, and tied with Seth Berger behind Greg Holt. Looking pretty speedy in that 24. What's the strategy to keep the 24 up there tonight, provided you can get the job done in qualifying?
Just take care of that right front. Smooth, easy. Just keep hitting marks. Don't force anything. Because I mean, I need as many points as I can get. So it's just being smart and keeping them tires good.
For sure. Jacob, you got anything? All right, looks like he doesn't. But well, it's all right. We'll take a look at the playoff standings once again because that was a point of concern last week. Now you're in the inside of the bubble by 8 points. You're above the bubble by 8 points. How does that make you feel? And is there any light, I guess, in that tunnel now that we're clear of some short tracks for a little bit? We'll get Lucas Oil later, but for now we get to the bigger tracks and I guess more of car control.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be stressful because you're gonna have a bunch of people that are that close in points. So just never give up, never stop fighting. That's all we can do.
I say, what's the do you have any plans specifically or are you keeping really tabs specifically on drivers like Gilliard and St. Cyr and Thompson? Are they really on your hit list, or are you just kind of going about your own thing until you get later into the regular season?
I mean, it's always good to know who's around in points, but if you don't do what you're supposed to do, then it doesn't matter. So as long as I just keep, having good points races, it should all work itself out.
Fair enough. So right now, third on the charts, and it's a mile and a half. Anything really can happen if you're. It's almost like a plate race. These Xfinity cars, actually, it's a little bit less. I guess I'm speaking more on the behalf of Cup cars. But these Xfinity cars, finally getting back to a mile and a half, it's gonna be exciting. Up there at third, wishing you the best. Hopefully, we're talking to you on the other side.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you for the time.
Yes, sir. And that was driver of the number 24, Mr. Jason Miz. And let's see if we can talk to now the new driver that is top of the charts. Driver number 42, Tyler Markle. And Tyler.
Got a second. But what's up?
Oh, Landon just topped that.
we were just talking about it. He's like, I'm going to try for it. So.
And we tried to talk to Greg, and then he was not he was AFK. And then we talked to Miz. I was just about to say he was second on the charts, and you beat Miz. And I'm just about to tell you you're top of the charts. Now you're down to second.
It just keeps going.
It keeps going. I can't wait to talk to Landon. But
I'm excited for this race, though.
I was gonna
feel
say,
like I got a good, consistent car.
haven't won since race 1, but you're looking speedy tonight, second on the charts. Any has this kind of rejuvenated you, kind of given you that energy to kind of really go for it tonight?
Hopefully so, but I don't know. My race pace hasn't been the best compared to some others, so we'll see how that goes. I did my whole fuel run, 5 to 45, so you get about 40 laps in gas or so. So we'll see how that goes.
That being said, these Xfinity cars, they are really, really tough to maintain that right front tire. What?
Super tight today.
Yeah. What is your game plan to maintain that right front?
Just from how I normally ran the track doing anything on this, it's just lift off, sooner into the corners. Except for here, I kind of fucked it up here. Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's a wall. Right on. So 2 weeks ago, Nashville, not I guess not the way, or I guess how would you describe your run at Nashville, or your run at USA and Nashville? I guess the couple of short tracks together.
Well, both races are doing good, and then USA, was it USA that I hit the tire barrier? I think it was USA that I hit the tire barrier.
That is correct. It was USA.
Last week was going well, and then it was just caution after caution, and then I pit late, which fucked me up, and I could have had like a top 7, and I shouldn't have done that. So.
Well, hoping that you don't do that tonight. Hopefully you can put a race together here. What are the odds you can maybe get around Landon at the top of the charts?
If I was to get new tires, maybe, but I'm not doing that, so probably not.
Well, fair enough.
Maybe with 5 minutes to go. We'll see.
We will keep our eyes peeled. That being said, we'll let you get to it, finishing off this practice session, and who knows, hopefully we're talking to you on the other side, and somebody just going, Cossie went to second.
Damn it.
Wow, Rossi ran a good lap too.
All right, well, we'll let you get to it, and you're coming back to the pit lane, so we'll keep an eye on the charts.
All right, see you then.
Right on, and that is driver number 42, Tyler Markle. And Jacob, let's try to get a word in with Greg Holt once again.
All right.
Yep, Greg, do you have a copy?
What's going on?
Right on. I really don't know what how to go about this. Last week, you were looking speedy, got to the pole, and then you weren't the leader back around at the start finish. What had happened from your point of view last week, or 2 weeks ago?
I just freaking got loose on the bottom there, trying to keep it down. That was it. Just a little too aggressive on that first lap. It's my own fault. We're good. Come back. I made it back to 6th. Took me the whole race to get there. Short track, but we're gonna see what we can do today.
For sure. Oh, go for it.
I was going to say, if I can throw in a question here, Greg, what do you think the tire saving is going to look like? How early do you think people are going to start trying to save tires, especially at a track like this?
They should start saving right off the bat. If they don't, they're going to pay for it dearly. You see people running times like what they are right now for hot laps, and they're going to burn 3 to 4% more off than everybody else. So you'll see some move up and then fade real quick like.
All right. That being said, with what happened last week, you looked speedy, and you were leading practice earlier, and then people got up there and started hot lapping. That being said, you do have the pace up there. You're right now 4th, so right there in the top 5. Did what happened last week kind of motivate you a little bit more coming into today to get it done right today?
Yeah, I mean, I always look to finish up front, so, when you have a mistake that's all on your own, you want to come back and redeem yourself. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to take care of it. It's not going to be about who's the fastest in a one-lap run, hopefully. Should be some green flag runs here, so see who can save the tires and stay out front. I will say the temperature's been dropping on the track quite a bit too, so the track is definitely getting faster.
That's right. We're in sunset right now. We're going into nighttime. How is the track gonna change, and is that gonna help you, or maybe is it not gonna be the preferred way the track leans for you?
It isn't gonna matter to me either way what it does. We're just gonna drive it. I know we know how to take care of the tires, so we're gonna do. We're just gonna maintain. It's all about leading one lap, not the rest of them.
Fair enough. Well, we are hoping for you to get your first lap led on the Outlaw Sim Series season tonight. And hopefully we're talking to you on the other side of this race. And, yeah. Well,
I hope you didn't jinx me again. You better go out there and talk to a whole bunch more of them now.
we only got 3 minutes. I'll hit up as many as I
Reese
can.
hit a fastest lap.
Reese did go top of the charts by 1/1000th over Cardullo. But I've jinxed a lot of people. I got to stop.
You do. Yes, you do, Emerson. You have to stop.
Best of luck to you tonight, Greg.
Thanks, guys.
And that was driver of number 3, Greg. And Jacob, this being your home track and coming to the end of practice here, you want to kind of walk us through what kind of goes on a lap around Chicagoland, and how is it maybe different from other mile and a halves we see?
Well, a lap around Chicagoland, you got the curved tri-oval you're going through as we watch Landon hit the wall, but that's on a different story. There's a lot of bumps in this track. It's very bumpy, so you're going to have to, when you're driving, you're going to have to make sure you maintain those bumps, make sure your car doesn't get loose, get into the wall. And with these Xfinity cars, sometimes you have to put in the brake. Going down the backstretch, you should be fine, full throttle. 3 and 4, same thing, let off. And if you're on older tires, maybe use the brake. And then you come right back to the line, and that's a lap around Chicago.
Fair enough. Does that curve on the back stretch kind of throw off your entry? Does it help your entry? And maybe compared to like a Kansas or a Texas, how is the entry to 3 here than it is at other mile and a halves?
Compared to others, I feel like it does. If it does throw off a little bit, especially with it being the curve right there, it'll throw some off. But if you time it right and you let off as soon as you're supposed to, where you're supposed to, you'll make it through easy. No doubt.
Fair enough. Well, with a minute left in practice right now, top of the charts is Reese Schaefer. He's coming out for another run. We'll see Joseph Cossey's out there as well. One more time, want to mention that we are broadcasting the final 30 minutes of open practice because it is on the behalf of a charity each week. Today's charity is Mission 22. Of course, you can donate to Mission 22 with the donation button that is on our posts about today's race on our Facebook page. Facebook page is Outlaw Sim Series, and you'll see the most recent posts today, which are about today's race. And there's the donation button that goes straight between you, Facebook, and the charity, and not between us. We just are doing our part to give them the spotlight as much as we can and help them out by kind of branching out their message. And of course, Mission 22 is based on each day, on average, 22 veterans take their own life. And that can be for various reasons, because of living conditions or post-service experiences. And we need to take care of our veterans who do the utmost for our nation, for our freedom, and for our protection. And that being said, we can win the war against veteran suicide, and it would mean the most if you would join Mission 22 or donate to Mission 22, time or money or anything helps when it comes to taking care of our veterans. And
donating really comes in a long way for us, for them. It really helps them, guys. So if you can, you don't have to. You can donate.
Please,
if not,
only do it if you're able to. Don't feel forced if you're not able to. But it would mean so much for us to try to bring that number from 22 down to 21 and hopefully one day to 0. I've had the opportunity again to work with other racing organizations on broadcast, like Operation Motorsports, which is a motorsport organization geared to veterans and helping them get involved in racing or in many sorts of ways. And they have very lightened me to Mission 22, and I'm just very thankful that Mission 22 is this week's charity. And that being said, Laps for Charity. The final 30 minutes practice has ended. Qualifying is underway, and we have drivers hitting the track. Jacob, who do we got out there?
We have the Kevin Thompson is out there on the track at the moment. Also, along with him, Kyle Ling. I can't every time I mess his name up. I'm sorry, guys. Kyle Lingerfelt.
It
Well,
happens. You'll learn it.
Yep, Joshua McClune. After that, Malenko's out there on the track right now, coming in at 3.
So who's really catching your eye?
Right now, I'm looking at the number 7. He's won the past 2 races, if I am correct.
He did not win at Nashville.
Oh, he did not. Oh,
Car
well,
77 won at Nashville, though.
Oh yeah. Oh, he won the USA race, and he was looking pretty hot here. So, and I'm also looking at the number 77 of Seth Berger, with this being his home track. I think he wants to try and get a win here, and hopefully he'll have the car to do it.
Yeah, Malenko doesn't. He self-proclaims himself not that good, or not that. He doesn't expect to perform at mile and a halves. He says his thing is really short tracks, and right now his first lap time here in qualifying puts him 6th quickest, a 30.902. Right now, top of the charts, Adam Gardner. Very pleasant surprise.
That's amazing.
And another New Englander, Greg Holt, has gone 2nd quickest. So a couple of New Englanders, top of the charts. Cossey is 3rd over Service and 4th. And, wow, very, very, very happy to see that. I truly am.
I am as well.
Josh McClune, though, steals the thunder, goes top of the charts.
Malenko's wrecking off at 3 here.
Oh, no, he was probably pushing on a hot lap, too.
That is tough for Malenko. I think it was his 3rd lap, though. As we can see here, he hit the wall on the end of almost the end of his 2nd lap, which that lap will not count. Very tough break.
We'll take a look at the off-track event with Malenko. Oh, yeah, I think that was just his 3rd lap. That was huge. You look, Jeremiah Stutzman, though, the highest driver in the point standings without a win. Driving that number 71 Viagra car. Jeremiah Stutzman trying to break through and get that first win on the season. Take a look at the chat real quick. Janix, I believe that's how you say it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Says good luck today. Jason Miz says good luck everyone. Donovan Craddock says good luck boys, and Sean Thompson says good luck. Number 89, Kevin Thompson. Shoop and Snibble says number 65 is only 25 above the cutoff. He needs a win today. He'll get it done. I've got faith. Well, we will see. Somebody who else has faith is Jeremiah Stutzman. His 1st lap puts him top of the chart. He's got another. What do you think is the likelihood that we have drivers improve on their 2nd lap, or do you think they get it all on their 1st lap? So my thoughts on this is sometimes the 1st lap is going to be the fastest. We'll see that Stutzman improve. He did not. And here's why I think that is. I'm not sure if this is the reason why I think that is when you come off the pit lane, you take 3 and 4 wide open on your warm-up lap, which gives you a fast flying lap. That being said, you do have to lift for 3 and 4 at race pace, and you're not going to carry as much speed into turn 1 at starting lap 2 than you are starting lap 1. Jason Miz, who was up there on the practice boards. Here he goes on his qualifying attempt. Devin Smith goes 5th quickest. Take a look at fan favorite Seth Berger going at it right now. We have 15 times on the chart. Seth Berger, the hometown hero. Chicagoland Speedway, home track for Seth Berger, trying to see where he'll end up and trying to see if he can get to battle Malenko for the top seed in the playoffs. Jason Miz crosses the line. He goes 9th quickest.
Looking here at Seth Berger, let's see where he will go on the charts.
Looks like he crosses the line. He goes 14th. Tyler Markle also out there as well. He only goes 12th, and he's come to a stop. Adrian Schumacher coming off the pit lane. Another Illinois driver. I didn't realize that. My apologies there. Well, I'll make sure to get an interview with him whenever we can. I try my best to interview all the home track drivers. That's my bad for not realizing.
I didn't even know, so that's
Fair enough. We'll see Schumacher working his way through 3 and 4. Also, Reese Schaefer, Landon Cardulo take to the track. See fan favorite Seth Berger. He will clock in 14th.
Seth not having a good run in qualifying. Hopefully he can figure it out during the race.
For sure. Kyle Lingerfeld right now, very shocked. Oh, and Schumacher's wrecked it off of turn 2. He was trying to carry too much speed.
Oh, not Schumacher.
Oh no, Adrian Schumacher playing in the back straightaway grass. We have Reese Schaefer though. And here's the thing. I think drivers are waiting. Drivers are waiting because guess what? We are in a transition phase right now. We are in sunset. The sun is setting. The track is getting colder. As the temps go down, the speeds go up. And if you wait towards the end of the session, you can get the coldest temps out there. However, that being said, the colder temps make it hard for your tires to get warm. That being said, Reese Schaefer, Landon Cardulo, first and second for waiting. Cardulo is going to wreck it off of turn 2. Cardulo will not be on pole. As that is his second lap that Cardulo's wrecked on, so Cardulo will not get any higher than second. Reese Schaefer trying to improve upon his lap time. We'll see here he will go slower.
Wow, these two really came out here last,
Well, Adrian Schumacher still has a lap.
and they got out first and second.
Adrian Schumacher, he has 2 wins on the season. Here comes to 3 and 4 with coming around to 90 seconds remaining. Adrian Schumacher, where does he end up?
12th on the
12th
board.
quickest. Wow. Well, let's see. We have 80 seconds left. It's still enough time to get out there and set 2 laps. No, but it looks like nobody else is going to get another lap in.
I don't think anybody else is coming out.
I'll wait till officially. I don't think it's possible for another driver to get a lap in with 45 seconds left, so I'll wait for officially 45 seconds. But looking up for Reese Schaefer, waiting 10 more seconds before we make it official.
The thing Reese Schaefer has to worry about is how is he going to save tires here being at the top of the charts?
And for sure, Reese Schaefer, he now has the highest I rating in the field. And Cardulo used to. He's dropped his. But there's a thing between being fast and being consistent, because you can be fast. We saw Landon be super fast at Michigan. He got to a huge lead, but lap 11, he's shredding his tires and he's getting caught from second place. You cannot be fast for 10 laps and expect to win a 175 lap race.
That is true. It is all about those tires. However hard you take the tires is wherever you're going to finish.
Well, that being said, I think I can confidently say that our Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award winner is Reese Schaefer. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think that is his first pole on the Outlaws Sim Series season. And, of course, Pratt Tile and Stone serving all your tiling needs since 2003. And, wow, look at the sun. Look at the sunset in the background. It is getting very orange back there. Which means we're not far away from nighttime. The track lights are on. It's time to bring the action.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Reese also had a pole at USA.
Oh, that's right. He did. USA is such a blur because it went by about as fast as a blur.
It was a tough track, but it was fun.
That being said, let's see if we can go through our starting lineup. And there it is down there. Reese Schaefer is going to be on pole. Alongside of him, he's going to have Landon Cardulo. We fall back to row number 2, Jeremiah Stutzman and Joshua McClune. Row number 3, we'll have Adam Gardner. Very pleasant to have him in the top 5, and along with Greg Holt. Fall back to row number 4, Devin Smith and Joseph Cossey. And you fall back to row number 5, we'll have Max Service and Brandon Richardson. Jacob, take us through the next 10.
All right, row number 7, you have Adrian Schumacher and the 7 of Malenko. Row number 8,
Oh, we
Kevin
got Jason Miz in 11th.
Oh, sorry, Jason.
That's
In 11th, Jason Miz. In the row,
yeah.
Kevin Thompson and Tyler Markle, James Gilliard and Seth Berger, Andrew St. Cour and Pratt, Farron Alam Jr. and Kyle Lingerfelt, Eric Peck and Doug Solms, and rounding out the field is Sheldon Swindell.
Looks like the grid did not get updated there. Past 14th, which is okay. That's not Jacob's fault. That's just the grid's fault. Anyway. Yep. So the drivers are gridded up. We have one formation lap. Real quick, we'll take a look at the practice results because they got tight there at the end. The practice results going to be on your screen right now, and it was Joseph Cossi, 5 1,000s over Reese Schaefer. Then Landon Cardullo was 7 1,000s back. Tyler Markle, Greg Holt were pretty close. Jason Miz was 6th. And all of that being said, Adam Gardner was 12th. So for him to turn it around and be 5th, very, very happy. Take a look at the qualifying results so you can hopefully get a whole look at the grid. And there's at least the first 18, 19, 20, 21 times were set.
Really good to see Adam Gardner up there.
So it looks like we got 24 drivers in tonight's field. And, yeah, I mean, here at Chicagoland, we took last week off for Thanksgiving. Hopefully everybody had fun and safe holiday with family or with friends or alone. You know, with the situation going on in the world, we just hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving. And hopefully you got to eat some very good food and have some fun times. At the very least, take a much-needed break off of work. And if you didn't, and if you had to work Thanksgiving, we thank you for working Thanksgiving, and having to do so and giving up such valuable time. That means a lot as well. That being said, we have the rest of the holiday season coming up, and wishing everybody best and safe holiday celebrations then. But here we come. Onto the front straightaway. Reese Schaefer, Landon Cardullo, row 1. They're going to lead us to the green here at Chicagoland.
Reese pulling a half a tenth off the field here. Might be the best situation for Reese right now, but we'll see how it goes throughout this race.
Yeah, Reese Schaefer already out in front over Cardullo. Now, the scary thing is going to be, it's not going to look scary for him at first, is if they pull out to a big lead. Because, you know, that sounds good on paper. But if you pull out to a big lead, especially if you're pulling out on a big lead over Landon Cardullo, that means you are really shredding tires. Because we know Cardullo really shredded them at Michigan. Jeremiah Stutzman already up to 3rd. Adam Gardner clears Josh McClune into 4th.
Adam Gardner side by side with Greg Holt. Greg Holt clears. Here, Max Service looking to make his way to the front.
Yeah, Devin Smith actually is who Greg Holt just was out in front of. And, yeah, Devin Smith caught the wall there. Here comes Max Service up the inside. Service into 7th. And he's looking to get 6th. Holt now on McClune for the 5th position.
Some good side-by-side racing here to start this one.
Yeah, for sure. Here comes Max Service into the mix. A lot of fast guys. And we have Greg Holt, who, you know, still relatively new to the Outlaws Sim Series. We really don't know what his race pace is because he spent most of the last 2 weeks ago race at Nashville making his way up through the field. Taking a look at the chat, we have Mad Dog Burger saying, good luck, Seth Berger. Your track. It is. Mark Berger says, Burger Nation, go 77. Lisa Pratt says, let's go. Number 75, Andrew Pratt. Good luck, bud. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. At the moment, we have 15 live viewers. And we know that number can grow up even more as the race goes on. And we're here in Sunset, lap 4 of 175. We're working right now, and as the sun sets, this track is going to get lit up. The speed charts are going to light up, and the action's going to light up.
This is a beautiful track for them to race on, especially with the sunset transition.
Here comes Jeremiah Stutzman. So he's cleared everybody else. Right now, he's in 3rd.
Tyler Markle looking to make a pass on Malenko here for 11th.
Yeah, it looks like Markle is going to clear down the back straightaway. Malenko's fighting back on that outside. Swift Motorsports teammates. Or Swift Racing. They're still working out the name over there. So, my point on Stutzman is I think we got to watch Stutzman here. I think, evidently, this could be the battle for the lead right now between Stutzman and Gardner if Schaefer and Cardullo are burning up their stuff. I know Cardullo, he's been known to burn up his stuff. I don't know if Schaefer is, but if Schaefer has a lead on Cardullo, who I have seen Cardullo burn up his tires, I wonder what the tire condition is on that 17. Continue to watch on your screen. The battle for third going on. Greg Holt joining in as well. Gardner, Holt, just tailing Jeremiah Stutzman now. Max Service there in 6th as well. Joseph Cossi, very fast. He was, of course, top of the practice results. He's fallen back to 7th along with Josh McClune in 8th. So, back to the... If we talk about the playoff standings, and Joseph Cossi and Adrian Schumacher, if you saw in the playoff graphic, they cannot miss another race. Like, literally, they cannot miss another race. If they miss another race, they will no longer be eligible for the playoffs. They have to make 75% of the starts in the regular season, and they've missed 6 starts, which 75% of 26 races is 19.
Missing one more would really hurt both of them.
Yeah, it eliminates them. They are ineligible, and that's gonna be rough. And look at the lead Reese Schaefer has. That's big.
That is a big lead for Reese Schaefer. Pulling on his teammate Landon Cardullo, that is an insane lead.
Cardullo, I think, actually is closing up. Which I don't know if that speaks more about Schaefer. That speaks more about Cardullo. We're gonna ride on board. Get a helmet cam of Landon Cardullo. Look at this. The chase.
Landon looking like he's turning that wheel really hard to try and get back to his teammate Reese as he comes down the back straightaway.
I think Reese is getting bigger out the front windshield of that number 8. I'm really gonna have to see it to believe it, though. Let's see what is the action on track, and it's back here. Look at this. You have the Swift Motorsports teammates, Seth Berger, Tyler Markle, Malenka going at it, all behind Jason Miz, and they're all in front of Brandon Richardson. This is all going on. Back here, this is the 9th position, and it is a packed battle. 5 cars deep for 9th.
Richardson has no idea what to do right now at this point in time.
Yeah, he's got cars double wide in front of him. Teammates duking it out hard. Do you try to get around them? Do you think they're holding you up? But maybe they're wasting their stuff, and Seth Berger has a great run on Miz. This for 9th. Berger Nation, rise up. Here he comes up the inside.
Still looking down the back straightaway here, Seth Berger. Can he get it off the corner? Seth Berger will clear Jason Miz off that corner.
That is
insane.
That is P9 for the Illinois driver, to home track hero Seth Berger, to 9th position, and he's on a climb. Greg Holt now under heavy. No, Holt has gone by both Stutzman and Gardner. Greg Holt went from 5th to 3rd.
Can Greg Holt make a charge for 2nd?
We'll have to see.
Landon Cardullo catching Reese Schaefer here.
He is there on the back bumper.
Looking to take the lead here, Chicago.
To the inside. They're going side by side, and you see Cardullo using that apron. That is legal at Chicagoland, and most, well, if it's a white line, it is legal. But Cardullo to the inside and powers right on by to 17.
You have to wonder what happened to Reese there. Maybe he burned up his stuff already.
That, or is he saving? I'm not entirely sure, but we'll have to see. 14 laps in. Does Reese realize how dire it is to save tires? We'll see how long does it take for Greg Holt to get involved in this battle. Right on board with the number 3 of Greg Holt. Let's take a look at the time delta between himself and Schaefer. Sorry, there it is. Time delta between himself and Schaefer, and that gap has closed.
Schaefer trying to look to get right back to his back bumper here.
And Schaefer trying to get to Cardullo, but he's losing time. And Greg Holt, he's not losing time. He is a coming.
He is gaining.
Huge for Greg Holt. We'll see what he can
Bunch
do.
of smoke off of 4 here. I don't know what's going on back here.
Oh no. Not entirely sure what happened. Looks like everybody is all in well. So keep up front though as Landon Cardullo opening up his gap now on Schaefer, and Greg Holt is a coming.
Greg Holt is charging here, looking to get these guys. Can he do it?
Well, Greg Holt right now trying to close that gap, and we'll take a look at the gaps there. I'm sorry, that was not updated on the ticker. 1.8 seconds, the gap between himself and Landon Cardullo. Joseph Cossey has now moved his way into 4th as Stutzman has fallen back, and Adam Gardner has fallen back. Max Service, Josh McClune working their way forward. Stutzman, he's not done. He's not done with Joseph Cossey. Take a look at what's going on back here. This is Miz on Malenko. Miz has been dropping back into the clutches of these Swift Motorsports cars. Malenko trying to break into the top 10. Jason with a great defend there. He was able to power back by the 7 and hold Malenko to that spot. They're going at it down the back straightaway. Seth Berger looks to be a little out of shape off of turn 2.
Might have just gotten a little loose there.
This is really opening up the gap for Malenko.
Malenko looking to get past Jason Miz here. Can he do it? Or will Jason Miz keep it?
And we'll see right here riding on board with Malenko, and there's a dash. You can see how fast he's going in these corners.
Miz really catching on Seth Berger. Would he want to take the position from Seth Berger?
I mean, it's a race. I would assume so. But is he able to do it is another thing. Because Miz has been on his own trying to defend against Malenko. Has he used up his stuff? Maybe trying to fend off Malenko. Is he going to be able to get by Seth Berger as Gardner and McClune are falling right back into the clutches of Seth Berger? And Burger Nation rise up because Seth Berger is about to go forward.
2 spots Seth Berger will gain. I think these guys...
Oh, look at that. Sends it to the inside. Can he get the 56 on corner exit?
It looks like they're still going to be side by side on the backstretch. Can he do it here? He will.
Yep, Berger is clear. And Miz with a great block on Malenko. Miz to make sure he can get to the inside of the 56 before Malenko can get to the inside of the 24. Down the back straightaway we go. Now Malenko really has no choice other than to push Jason by the 56. Berger is cleared into 8th. And now can Berger get to Josh McClune? And this is really where the action is at. Joseph Cossey was closing in on Greg Holt, and that gap has since open.
Seth Berger looking to take the pass here on Joshua McClune.
They got a little gaggle right here that is all piling up.
Oh, Malenko into the wall. Off for 2. Oh, no, that'll hurt his chances.
And here comes the 77 peeking to the inside now on Josh McClune. McClune with the great defense. Miz hits the apron there into the apex of 3 and 4.
Oh, Malenko again into the wall off of 4. Or off
When
of
it
4.
rains, it pours. When you get into the wall at a mile and a half, it is tough to recover. Berger
Seth-
continues to pile on the pressure on the 18.
Steph gonna look to the inside here. Nope, he goes right back. Let's see if he can try and get it off the corner.
Taking a look here, and Pam Williams says go Seth along with Rebecca Berger. Mad Dog Berger says great driving. Berger Nation number 77. Mark Berger says at least the gauges on the car are old school. And Shoop and Snibble says number 65 is running very tight. Kyle is a schemer too. We'll get it loosened up and figured out, and when he does, watch him climb that positions list. We'll see, but
Set to the inside here, looking to pass Joshua McClune. Seth will take it off of 4, and he will take it.
say, can he clear? Well, now watch the crossover. Does McClune cross him over? No, he'll file in line.
Seth will go down to the white line here.
McClune, he's going to look back to the outside, though. Does McClune send it to the inside? No, because Miz gets to the inside of the 18. Contact!
No contact.
Miz holds on. McClune holds on, and we stay green. What a send.
That was a good save. But
That was a move out of desperation to desperately get by Josh McClune.
And now it looks like Joshua McClune is looking to come right back for that spot.
Yeah, I don't know if he really likes the way he was passed there.
If I was the driver, I wouldn't like it either.
Working away off a turn 2, and into the wall goes Miz!
He spins into the grass.
And he hold on to it. He's trying to save it. Looks like he's got control. Oh, he's still loose. He'll catch it.
What a save from Jason Miz.
We'll stay green, but that's not going to help out that number 24 Snickers bar. I took a bite out of that 24.
That was a good one, Emerson.
Not really.
Not really, but it's all right. Tyler Markle looking to take the pass on the outside. Can't get it done.
I appreciate the support. Come back up front, and Kossi under its sack from Jeremiah Stutzman. This is for 4th. And Stutzman, he's minding his own, staying up here. You know what? I have to say, I'm impressed that Cardulo and Schaefer have not fallen off a cliff just yet. Cardulo has lasted a lot longer than 10 Michigan laps. I'm impressed.
I agree with that. That is very impressive.
Can they put a whole race together? Well, we'll see. And let's talk about Landon Cardulo a little bit. 2 weeks ago, we were at Nashville, and he was 3 laps away, coming around to 2 laps to go in that race, from winning that race in a battle with Seth Berger. Coming onto the back straightaway, he caught the wall, and it was everybody was all over the place, to say the least. Schaefer made a bold move to the inside of Cardulo. They made contact, and they went around for the race lead with coming to 2 laps to go. That, of course, brought out a yellow. We had overtime, and Cardulo and Schaefer had to go 2v back. Now, they're 1 and 2. Does any of that still reminisce in Cardulo's side? I know Cardulo is kind of the owner of the little team that Schaefer and Cardulo and Jacob was also a part of. I wonder, does Cardulo remember that? Does that bother him? What happened 2 weeks ago? Or is he kind of in his own new mindset and he's just trying to get this one done?
That's the thing that also sucks, is especially when it's a teammate that wrecks you. That's the hardest thing in this sport of NASCAR and racing in general, especially when you have to go back to the shop and then you have to face your teammate the weeks coming after. But Landon definitely remembers. Will he reminisce? I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna. If it comes down to it, I don't think he'll take Reese out for the win.
For sure. Well, we have a lot of laps before we can even consider that. Race leader Landon Cardulo about to catch up to the lap car of Doug Solms, running in the 23rd position. 33 laps in, and I gotta say, man, Doug Solms is a trooper. You know, he may not be the fastest, but he sticks around and he finishes these races out, and nothing but respect. It takes a lot of of respect for the racing series to continue running. Even if the race isn't going your way, he finishes as many laps as he can, and I commend that. He does it week in and week out too. Cohen Sharp says in the chat, that was a torpedo send right there, and I'm assuming he's talking about what Jason did on Joshua McClune. I would assume, I would guess so.
I would assume so. And like we were saying about Doug Solms, it is really impressive to see. I mean, especially when you're multiple laps down every race and you're still able to finish out a race. That's something that I could never do.
Devin Smith to pit road. Is this what we're expecting on 75% fuel loads? Is this a pit window?
That could be. We might start seeing some other people come down pit road here.
And right now, Devin Smith in the pit lane, and he's the only driver to pit thus far. Did he maybe get the wall and is maybe repairing damage? We'll have to see. How about Brandon Richardson? He's been on the move. Actually, whoa, there was a pass right there. Kossi gets passed by Max Service for fourth. Service. Now here comes Kossi with the crossover.
Oh, it looks like the 95 of Devin Smith is gone from the racetrack. He has parked it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, oh, no. I didn't get any notification of him hitting the wall, so I don't know what happened other than maybe it was just time. Maybe he had something personal to deal with, or maybe there's some sort of failure of some sort. But look at Kossi right back on Max Service, clearing the number 81 and Stutzman in the wings as well as they continue to battle it out for fourth. Malenko hits the pit lane from the 16th position. Along with
Max Service looking to get a huge run off the corner here.
Andrew St. Cor also in the pit lane. And this is all going on before pit stops. Who's going to blink first when it comes to coming down to pit road? Is Service
coming down?
Yeah, Max Service hitting the pit lane from that battle for fourth. And now Kossi and Stutzman duking it out. And so, how much of an advantage is undercutting at a track like this?
I don't know if it's really much of an advantage. Some might say it might be an advantage, but to me, I don't think undercutting is that big of an advantage.
You know, as Max Service leaves the pit lane, and he's got Adam Gardner, Jason Miz, Farron, Elam Jr., and more back there. Richardson is now in, and he spun on the pit entry.
Will we see our three leaders, our top three, come in anytime soon?
Oh man, let's see what had happened to Brandon Richardson. He went a little hot coming into pit entry, locked it down, trying not to speed, and that's really what happened. Let's see if we can. That's not going to help Richardson in any way. He was coming to pit road. Came off the apron, or came off the banking. He was too hot on the brakes, and around went that 29 and nosed it into the infield inside barrier. And there he is on pit lane, and Cardullo is in. McClune is in as well. Original race leader Landon Cardullo is in. Here comes Schaefer. Oh, and into the inside wall. Oh,
wow, that was a hard hit.
What was that? Who is that? Was that? Oh, and what is the 98 doing?
I have no idea.
Oh, that was Eric Peck. What happened there? Wow, we're gonna take a look at that. Oh, and he's left the race. Let's see what happened with Eric Peck. That was... Where is he? Here he was. I'll take a look at the next incident. He was coming to pit road. And I think the same thing happened. He just got too hot. And Greg Holt and Reese Schaefer were both coming into the pit lane as that happened, along with Seth Berger. And that was wild. We go back to live. Jeremiah Stutzman now into the pit lane.
Reese and Greg really caught a break there that they didn't get into him as that happened.
Yep. Here comes Cardullo on the front straightaway. Escossi, Stutzman leaving the pit lane. Schumacher, Pratt, they're all leaving the pit lane, but Cardullo regains the race lead. Max Service with his early pit. Look at where he is.
Wow, Max Service way up there.
So
now.
about the undercut.
It worked for Max Service, that's for sure.
That is wild. Now will it pay off in the long run is the next question.
That's where we
How about Malenko? He was 16th when he pitted. He's up to 10th. And he has damage to that car. It's also a huge gain. Let's see. Gardner's back here as well. I have to say, not really anybody of note towards the front, other than the drivers who wrecked coming to pit road. And then Service and Malenko really are dealing with the undercut. That really paid off there. So interesting to see how that worked. But now they're going to be on the oldest tires, and they're really going to work hard to hold on to their position. Service already getting caught from Greg Holt. Reese Schaefer closing out Greg Holt. This is for third.
Jason Miz also taking a look at Malenko here.
See, everybody really hugging the bottom. And is that a product of nighttime, or is that just the actual line at Chicagoland?
That's the actual line of Chicagoland. Nighttime or not. Actually, more daytime, the preferred line would be the middle, but nighttime.
Oh, the send from Schaefer. He'll clear to third. Sorry for cutting you off there.
No, you're fine. I've done it to you a couple of times tonight.
Hey, it happens. And, no first broadcast is going to be perfect then.
Agreed.
It's going to work itself out. I'm not worried one bit.
Neither am I. As long as we have some fun racing, that's all I care.
Oh, for sure. And so, I was expecting this to be a green flag race so far, but if we were going to have a caution, I thought it was going to come early, and right there, it was, we had maybe a couple close calls, but other than that, it's been very clean for 46 laps. But here comes Schaefer. Oh, the lap car of Lingerfeld tried to get out of that. Schaefer trying to get to Max Service.
That was close.
Yeah, Lingerfeld was just trying to get out of the way and almost caused an accident there. That's okay. Oh, almost got into Reese Schaefer there. This is Lingerfeld is racing these guys pretty hard for what it's worth, but wow. Here comes Schaefer.
A big one.
Schaefer to the inside. Vis for second. Greg Holt trying to work his way past the lap car of Lingerfeld.
Reese has really put on a show tonight. That's for sure.
Yeah, let's see. Can he regain the race lead he had very early in the race? Never think.
He's not far back from his teammate Landon.
Yeah, maybe did he learn something about saving tires in that green flag run as well that maybe he'll hold on to a little bit more. Wow, this is really getting heat back here with Service, Holt, and the lapped car of Lingerfeld. This for third. Holt clears. Service now under attack from the lap car.
Service really, Kyle really racing him hard here.
Yeah, Lingerfeld. If it's one thing if a lead lap car is not battling, it's another thing if they're in an intense battle for a high position. So like right there, Lingerfeld getting around Service, no problem with that at all. I believe the 65 is faster than Max Service at that moment anyway. Totally agree with that. But if they're all battling for third, you got to get out the way a little bit sooner, and maybe not pin them down. I get it. You're in your own race too. They are also they're battling it out for second and trying to chase down the race leader. It's just a tough situation, and it sounds like I'm putting a lot of the blame on Lingerfeld, and evidently I am. But at the same time, like everybody's running their own race. It just that could have ended badly. That really could have affected the outcome of the race big time. Should have
Especially-
anything else happened there.
Especially with that almost incident with Reese.
That was close. And here comes this is the shock. After practice, I did not expect Landon Cardullo to be lapping Tyler Markle, especially on lap 51.
Wow.
He was up there in practice, Tyler Markle. This is not what
something that I did not expect either.
I was not expecting this at all. Now, how hard Tyler Markle races Landon Cardullo could be huge in dictating if Cardullo holds on to the lead. Because right now, Tyler Markle is the lead lap car. And he can definitely race Landon Cardullo as hard as he wants to try to stay on the lead lap. That's one thing, try to hold on to that lead lap position.
Right.
But then if Cardullo passes him, Linkerfeld is not too far back. They're going to end up battling for the potential free pass position should we get a yellow.
Right, and then if he holds him up, that also jeopardizes Reese and Greg Holt catching Landon.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see what happens here. We're going to take a little moment, give ourselves a little breather. We're going to let the cars speak for themselves. A little bit of loud and proud action from the Chicagoland Speedway. And you just saw it there. The pass for the second position. Greg Holt has worked and weaseled his way around that number 17 of Reese Schaefer. And now we're really talking. What? Oh, Schaefer's coming back. Never mind. I was about to say.
Come back.
What was Holt going to have for Cardullo? But Schaefer, wow, almost all the way to the grass. I'm not sure if he didn't get the grass there. Schaefer fighting back hard on Holt real quick. We'll look at a replay on how Greg Holt got by Reese Schaefer. This was on lap 56. Holt had the inside coming into turn 3, and Schaefer kind of let him have it. We'll go back to live now and see how's it going. Looks like Holt still fending off Schaefer big time.
Reese clipping the grass there on trying to get him back.
Yeah, this is tight. This is the tightest battle we've had really all day.
Right,
Schaefer is
all over
pushing
Zach Bumper.
Greg Holt.
And this is a track you definitely don't want to push at. All gives way to Landon. Landon sees this as he's trying to pass Tyler Markle and lap him. Landon sees this as an opportunity to gain time on these drivers behind him.
This is insane what's happening here. But Tyler Markle's not really losing time to Cardulo. This is
a race up front.
If Tyler Markle sticks to Cardulo, Greg Holt and Schaefer, you know what I think? Schaefer knows that Greg Holt is fast enough to drag him to Cardulo. Schaefer is not passing Greg Holt so he can get the toe up to the race lead.
Now that's an idea that I like to hear. That's interesting.
I think he knew Greg Holt is chasing him down. So Reese said, all right, let me get in your draft. And you pull me to Landon.
That was a good thought.
Now, we're about 10 laps away from that second round of pit stops. Does this lead change hands before pit stops? And then we saw what happened to Max Service. He got out. I mean, he was deep in the pack. He was battling for like 10th.
Yeah, he was battling for 10th.
And he got up to second. He lost second, but he's in 4th still. So the undercut did work. It gave him a lot of spots. Do we see an undercut up front for the race lead potentially?
That is a question that will be answered soon, but I think we might. I honestly think we might see an undercut. Whether it be Reese, Holt, or Cardulo.
Or who knows, maybe Service does it again to get back up front.
That could also be a question.
Tyler Markle now, he's giving way, but he was in the line of Schaefer, the line that Schaefer wanted to use there. And he's not going to be able to give the space to Schaefer. Schaefer wanted to extend, and there was a lap car there. But Schaefer's still following Greg Holt. Is Holt fast enough to get to Cardulo, or is this where they stall out?
That's a question we'll have to see. I think Greg Holt might have enough for him, but it'll be interesting.
It continues to close down to 7/10 now between Cardulo and Holt. Cardulo gains on the center of the corner, but really Holt is gaining everywhere else. Here in the turn 3, I think Holt really gains on entry. Yep, down to 6/10. He did not get the bottom there, Greg Holt. He's going to lose a little bit of time to Cardulo there. And I'm talking about 10s. We're getting down to hundredths here. He really gains on the front straight.
Is gaining a lot of time.
On the 6/10s. Is he going to gain before pit stops, though? Enough to get there. Also up the road, a couple more lap cars up ahead. That could pose a great challenge for Cardulo. Is Adam Gardner, Farron Elam Jr.
Really tough to see Adam Gardner about to be lapped here. He had a good qualifying time. Maybe we thought he could have a good run, and it's really tough.
Let's ride on the helmet cam of Reese Schaefer and see what's really going on there in the cockpit of the 17. You can see how dark it is.
Yeah, it's starting to get dark out here on the track.
No lights in these cars, just whatever's on the dash. Oh, there's battling going on in front of Cardulo. Oh boy.
That's something he does not want to see.
Cardulo works his way past Solms, and here's the 19.
Pretty nice paint scheme the 19's running, I do have to say.
Yeah, is that Elam? I believe that is.
I believe so.
That would be Elam in that 19 car. And there's race leader Cardulo closing in on Farron Elam Jr., who is on the lead lap. How hard is Elam going to race Cardulo to stand the lead lap? And recall also that Tyler Markle's not too far behind.
Let's see what happens. I mean, if I were him, I would race the leader pretty hard, but that's just from my experience.
In about 2 laps, I expect drivers to start hitting pit road, give or take, based on the first run. Or because we're getting into nighttime, the tires aren't taking as much temperature and they're not wearing as much. Do you think maybe they can go a couple laps longer?
If they're not running as much, I think maybe. It could be possible. I don't see why not.
Working lap 69 of 175 off of turn 2. Elam was there in the way of Holt. Holt could not extend as much, but Holt is there. 2 tenths behind the 8 car of Landon
This
Cardullo.
number 3
And
car
here
is
comes
fast.
Reese. 3
This-
cars under a blanket for the race lead.
This number 3 car is flying tonight.
Yes, he is. It is. It's getting Nancy up here. Lap 70. When do drivers come to pit road?
Now it's a case of did Landon use up his stuff because they caught him pretty quick.
Yeah, but we're also nearing the end of the run.
Yeah.
So, like,
we are.
Did he use up enough? You know, just use
Right.
up as much as he can without losing the lead, I think is what Cardullo has done right here. Depending on when they pit, of course.
Interesting to see. I don't know if anybody has came down pit road yet.
Not yet. Maybe those tires are going longer. Maybe they're saving fuel by saving tires. Because, you know, to save tires, save the right front tire, you got to let off. You got to let off a lot earlier. But what letting off also does is not, you know, use fuel. So, reserving some fuel while you're saving that right front tire allows you to go another lap or so longer. And
That
here
is
comes
also-
Max Service. Service is in from the 8th position. And we also expected Service because he was one of the drivers who made an undercut. He was, I think, the first driver in, and Malenko was next.
Yep, and it looks like Malenko is
Yep.
coming in pit road this time.
Yep, and I think, you know what Swift Racing has done? You gotta think, they're gonna split this race evenly. They're gonna split it 35 laps at a time. 35, 70, 105, 140, 175. If they don't get overtime, they're on a golden strategy right now, Swift Motorsports.
I mean, them guys over there at Swift Motorsports are smart on strategy, so that is probably what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I think they're splitting, they're undercutting the rest of the field, and they are splitting this race very, very well amongst themselves. Here comes St. Cor into the pit lane.
Now, what they have to hope is that we don't get a caution here.
For sure, they cannot get a yellow water lapped. That would end their strategy and effectively ruin their race until they can get back onto the lead lap.
Still a good battle out here for the lead between these 3.
Yeah, no sudden moves, and now I gotta think the tires, they're really at the end of their lives. Maybe these 3 drivers are gonna follow each other into the pit lane and then settle it out on fresh tires. Here comes Holt.
Here comes Holt. Not enough, but he's going to try the crossover. Nope, couldn't get it there.
To the inside, to the outside, files back in line. Greg Holt to the back bumper of the 8. What do you do if you are Landon Cardullo? You do not have the fastest car at the moment. You are losing it right now. Riding on board with the number 8 of Landon Cardullo. Greg Holt is there.
He's charging. He's looking to take that lead from Cardullo for the pit cycle.
To the inside goes Holt, and he's there.
He's there, but will he slide up?
Oh, and the lap car Gardner is there. Oh, Cardullo tried to extend as much as he could. He was getting there. Holt files back in line. That was close.
That was close.
This is getting crazy. Miz into the pit lane. But we are sticking with the battle for the race lead. And Gardner into the wall behind them.
I think these boys are looking to pit together at some point, and when that is, we'll see who takes it.
Greg Holt knows he's faster than Cardullo. But he's only really faster than Cardullo near turn 1.
Yeah, off of 2 and 3 and 4, Landon gets him.
Take a look at the
Actually,
chat
off
real
4,
quick.
Holt does kind of charge there, but Cardullo is able to hold it.
Dennis Montez says, "Let's go, Burger. Drive that car." And Donovan Craddock says, "Escatit Burger." I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. But Farron Elam hits the pit lane as the battle for lead simmer down for a little second. Let us take a look at Oh my goodness, Seth Berger in a mess back here, trying to find a way around Andrew Pratt.
Oh, Jason Miz, there's a cluster right here. These boys are not going to be able to pit St. Cord right under him.
Back up front, Cardulo and Holt to the inside of Cardulo on the front stretch. Thompson hits the pit lane. Gardner back into the pit lane. To the inside goes Greg Holt and clear to the race lead.
But he slides, can't land and push him
Can
to the
Cardulo
side.
get the crossover? He fights. To the inside comes the 8. How hard is Lanning going to send it into the corner? Greg Holt trying to get his first Outlaw Sim Series lap lead. Cardulo with the run on the inside. And Cardulo will negate that.
Back.
He will not let Greg Holt lead a lap just yet.
Wow, this is an insane battle.
The Schaefer comes
Reed's
back.
coming up.
Back here, Seth Berger has cleared Andrew Pratt, but the action's all up front. 3 cars under a blanket. Into the pit lane goes Joshua McClune. Can these drivers go long enough to negate a pit stop at the end?
Oh,
Here comes Cardulo.
Is pitting down.
And Greg Holt, provided he can stay in front of Reese Schaefer, Greg Holt will lead his first lap in the Outlaw Sim Series.
I think that's what Greg Holt was looking to do here tonight.
Yeah.
I think he's looking to win this race.
He qualified on pole last week, did not lead a single lap. As Cardulo hits the pit lane, he stops in the box. Doug Solms,
Greg
Kevin
Holt
Thompson.
and Reese Schaefer will come down pit
Here
road
they
now.
come. I think they extend as far as they can. Don't wreck it on pit entry. Don't speed. Woo! I don't know if these drivers sped.
Did they speed? Is a question we'll find out.
It's like Kevin Thompson had an off track 5 laps ago. We'll take a look at it. And could be a reason why he's in the pit lane. Oh, he wrecked it big time coming to pit road. Oh, no. See if we can get another replay of it. Oh, man. That looked bad. Let's see. And he got in too hot. He locked it up trying not to speed it. Oh, big hit. My goodness.
Tough break for Kevin Thompson there.
That was
That'll likely end
huge.
his chances for tonight.
Yeah, he's still on pit road. My goodness, what a hit. He was trying not to speed and whammo. Once again, the helmet came with the 89 coming down the pit road here. This is a replay of Kevin Thompson's pit entry on the second round of pit stops. Try not to speed and bam.
Hard hit.
That looked bad.
89.
See, back up front. Adrian Schumacher took over the race lead. Currently one of our drivers with 2 wins on the season, a 4th seed in the playoffs.
He is down pit road, though,
Yep.
as of now.
But look what the undercut has done for Max Service. As Schumacher stops in his box, Max Service is going to come around and take over the race lead.
Wow. Max Service, an insane call from Swift Motorsports here.
And again, they are splitting this race as much as they... Oh, Cardulo! Into the wall a little bit. Trying to chase down Max Service as Kyle Lingerfeld also gets service done on pit lane.
Hopefully that didn't give him too much damage.
And I know we've been focusing on the lead a lot. Let's see what's going on back here. Schumacher comes off the pit exit. He's going to be following the lap car of Lingerfeld. Schumacher, he'll have St. Cord who is outside, and Seth Berger. Hometown hero Seth Berger right now in the 13th position, but looking to get a 2-for-1 special. Can he get there? Seth Berger also has some back-end damage.
To make it 3 wide here, can he? He's not going to.
He wants to. He wants to. He can't get there. He's going to file behind the 82 who's on severely fresher tires.
That back-end damage, I don't know when he got it, but that's what's
I think that's really going to hurt him,
struggle.
yeah. Here comes the battle for the lead. Cardulo on service.
Looking at the inside here, Cardullo will easily take the lead away from Max Service.
Yep, now Service, he's going to have the lap car Brandon Richardson behind him and then Greg Holt. Joseph Cossey and Joshua McClune, Vis for 6th.
And here comes Greg Holt charging right behind Max Service.
Holt will easily take 2nd. Now let's see a little further back. Pratt closing in on Cossey as Cossey tries to chase down Joshua McClune. Vis is going on for 6th. And Pratt to the inside of Joseph Cossey, and Pratt easily takes 7th.
Pratt making it Pratt making it look easy here at Chicago.
For sure, and here's what I don't get. Pratt and Cossey both pitted on the same lap 6 laps ago. I don't know if this is Pratt using his tires or Cossey saving his tires or Cossey really shredded his tires that quick or something. That is interesting how easy Pratt went on by.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he did shred his tires. That looked way too easy for Pratt.
Schumacher on Miz. Schumacher into the top 10. Schumacher looking for his 3rd win on the season, and he cannot miss another race this season to remain eligible for the playoffs.
It looks like Pratt's looking to catch McClune here. Off the back straightaway.
Yeah, Pratt is on it. Trying to take 6. We could see Pratt in the top 5 before this one's over.
His crew chief must have lit a fire up there. He is killing it right now.
If Pratt can get around McClune, Stutzman is only a 2nd up the road, and he's 5th.
It does look like also Joshua McClune does have some front end damage.
A little
If I
bit,
can
but I
see
think that could have just been on the initial start, possibly from pushing somebody, or I don't know. It's tightening up front, though. Cardullo under heavy attack from Greg Holt.
Man, Greg Holt wants the lead, and he wants it bad.
And he is pressuring this 8 car. Here he comes, peeking inside. He'll file in line. He'll send it to the inside.
Oh, he's sliding up. Side by side off of 4.
Who's going to give? Neither of them, but Greg Holt is going to beat him to the line.
Holt takes it away from Cardullo.
Now does Cardullo have anything back? We saw Cardullo take it back in 3 and 4. Cardullo got a great run there. How aggressive is Cardullo going to be? You know, you don't want to wreck the car trying to pass somebody, but...
Right, you definitely don't want to do that. That'll be a tough break. But I don't know if he'll be too aggressive, especially with another pit stop coming in at some point.
I wonder which strategy is going to prevail here.
I'm interested to see, too, the undercutting strategy or the strategy these guys are taking.
His max service, I mean... I know he's
was
4th, but he's up 5 spots from where he started via the 2 undercut stops he's made this race. He got the lead a few laps. I don't know. This is looking interesting for service. Cardullo will not go away as they work their way past the lap car of Andrew St. Cyr. Andrew St. Cyr, one of those bubble drivers in 16th. And remember, only 13 make the playoffs. But if Joseph Cossey or Adrian Schumacher miss a race, that cutoff moves down a spot, and then St. Cyr is even closer. So St. Cyr needs to be keeping his head up and getting as many spots as he can. Right now, he's 13th, though. That's not bad.
That's
He's
not bad at all.
He's a lap down in 13th, and that's just showing how much pace these leaders have.
What I would do if I were him, I would hope that these two miss a race, these upcoming races.
Well, Cossey and Schumacher. And here's the thing. Schumacher, the only reason he's in the playoff talk is because he won at Road America.
In dominating fashion.
Yeah, he dominated that race. I mean, he like wrecked it on the final lap and still won by like 20 seconds. How much of a lead Adrian Schumacher had at Road America. And next week, we're going to Circuit
Montreal?
Gilles Villeneuve, or Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, as those Americans say. I've been giving a lot for how I pronounce Circuit Gilles Villeneuve because I broadcast my F1 league, and the F1 drivers who are more used to hearing the commentators with the British accent, commentate, when Gilles and Jacques Villeneuve race back in F1, and when they call the circuit in Montreal, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, I'm not really saying with an accent, I'm just saying the sounds that they said.
And to be honest,
what I grew up with was listening to Alan Bestwick call the Xfinity races at Montreal, and him, say, and here comes Jacques Villeneuve and Circuit Gilles Villeneuve.
to go off your point real quick, Landon got into the wall, and that'll give Reese Schaefer a chance to catch him.
Oh, Cardullo, you don't want to get into that wall, though, because that could really change this whole race. Once you lose sight of Greg Holt, once you lose hope of getting around Greg Holt, I think it's going to be over. I think Holt could walk away with this one if we stay green.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Holt will take it away. But going back to Circuit, I'm not even going to try it because I definitely don't know how to say it. Yeah, it'll be an interesting race. We'll see if Adrian Schumacher will be able to dominate again like he did at Road America.
Yeah, what I would give to run at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, I know I'm going to be doing the track guide at least because I love that track, man. I love Road America. I love Montreal. I wish the Xfinity Series still went to Montreal. I like it better than Canadian Tire that the trucks go to. And, man, I don't know.
It'll be fun to watch, that's for sure.
And then the Daytona Road Course is the third road course. The admins picked out the schedule this season, and I'm one of the admins. I picked 3 road courses and 3 short tracks. I picked Bristol, and North Wilkesboro. Can't remember the other track I picked.
I know you picked, what was it, the other track that they switched for Road America. It was Detroit.
I picked Detroit first, and I guess the amount of pit stalls at Detroit wasn't enough, but we really didn't get a field size enough to really question the amount of pit stalls anyway. But nonetheless, oh god, I can't remember the last track I picked. It was another. I picked Lucas Oil.
Emerson's brain farting.
Yeah, so I picked 3 short tracks and 3 road courses.
Reese to the inside of Landon. Sorry to interrupt,
Yeah,
but
no, you're good for sure.
interesting battle right here between these two. Reese taking it. That damage that Landon has may have cost him a lot.
That could be the nail in the coffin for Landon. Now, there's still, could be yellows, and there can be strategy hiccups, and drivers can make mistakes. But if we go green and nothing out of the ordinary happens, it's not looking good for Cardullo.
It seems like every time Cardullo's in the lead, something doesn't go his way.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to make of that. Still battles going on back here. Malenko trying to get the last spot on the lead lap from Jason Miz. And they are not too... Well, they're about 8 seconds up the road from St. Cor. So this battle could go a lap down later in this race. Joseph Cossi. That is the biggest shock to me. 2,800 I rating. One of the higher ones in the field. And he's back here. The 10th position. This is
something that
this is not what I'm expecting. Burger Nation rise up. Even with the damage, he's riding 9th right now. And can improve. Let's see. Mark Berger says, let's go. Number 77. Pam Williams says, pour it out, Seth, man. And in the home track hero, he is actually trailing another driver from Illinois, Adrian Schumacher. So right here, the little inner battle from drivers from Illinois.
The Illinoisians.
Illinoisian? Is that what they call you? Well, you're not in Illinois.
So.
You're in...
I'm not really an Illinoisian, but I am a Hoosier. But I've been here for a while. I would assume that's what they would call them.
Fair enough. Well, I'll take your word for it because I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I know about the best that I can get.
Hitting the pit lane, Adam Gardner, and it's not been a good day for Gardner. After Qualifying up front, it has been a rough day, but I do want to speak about what's on his hood, and that is the Mission 22 logo. And once again, we started today's broadcast, the final 30 minutes of the broadcast being broadcasted in the honor of Laps for Charity. And we decided to highlight a specific charity each week. This week, we decided it be Mission 22. And in short, Mission 22 just helps to try to prevent veteran suicide post their service, you know, whether it's living conditions or they just cannot cope. I don't want to use a poor taste in words. But anyway, anything that happens to them post-service that causes them to feel the need to take their life away, and they have unfortunately go through that act, that's what Mission 22 tries to avoid. And again, if it would mean the most if you can donate to Mission 22, and we have, of course, the donation buttons going straight on our Facebook page, the Outlaw Sim Series, and the posts about today's race will have donation buttons to Mission 22, and it goes straight from you, Facebook, and the charity, not between us, to give it legitimacy. We just want it on the behalf of the Outlaw Sim Series. Greg Holt trying to lap Jason Miz.
Oh, that was close to a
almost
wreck.
contact. Oh man. Now that could have been a big mistake to flip this lead battle all around.
And it looks like the Swift Motorsports number 7 car has been put a lap down. That will definitely hurt the strategy that they were trying to go for him.
I can't believe I'm witnessing Joseph Cossey on raw pace go a lap down right here. We are also reaching another round
Joseph
of pit
Cossey?
stops. And Malik goes into pit lane of Andrew St. Clair. But on raw pace, the driver of number 88, Joseph Cossey, we thought he was going to dominate this season. And, of course, he missed 6 races, to his credit. But here comes Schaefer right back on Holt. Holt had to work through the lap traffic.
I didn't even see that coming.
Holt had to really bully his way and find his way through the lap traffic, and Schaefer just followed the holes.
What a move from Schaefer to follow there. Can he get the lead?
Can Schaefer get a win here in the Outlaw Sim Series? He would not be eligible for the playoffs, but more just for bragging rights, really.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
Unless there's some sort of deal that gets worked out later that would have him eligible for the playoffs, but at the moment, any driver missing more than 6 starts is not eligible for the playoffs. Let's see if there's any waivers or anything that would change that. I doubt it, but look who's in the pit lane. Max Service.
Max Service back down pit lane again.
Be interesting. Greg Holt continues to lead over Reese Schaefer. Who hit the pit lane first out of this
2
group?
laps down here at Chicagoland.
Well, Malik also did just pit, so that he'll go a second lap down because of pit cycle.
Yeah, he will.
But that's rough. You know, Malika did tell me, though, before the season even started, let's remember, him along with most of this field is very, very new to iRacing. Everybody's still,
very true.
well, not everybody, but most of the field is still less than half a year on the service for most
That
of the
is true.
field. So everybody's still learning, and for what it's worth, everybody doing a great job. I know Schaefer's been on here a long time. Cardullo has for quite a bit. I don't know about Greg Holt, but myself and many of these drivers, I got iRacing at the end of April. I mean, we have been learning as we go, really.
And it's been a great time. Every race has been good. Every broadcast has been amazing, and you learn more each day.
You know what I have to say? With this league being mostly comprised of iRacing rookies, the fact that we have a lot of green flag racing most weeks is insane. Like, I know we had a wreck fest last week or 2 weeks ago at Nashville, but it's a difficult short track. It's not an easy track.
Short track with a bunch of Xfinity cars, too many cars put on the track, and it's
Xfinity cars don't necessarily belong there.
I agree.
It is a wild track, but you know what? We made it through it, and we did get a 50-lap green flag run. Also, to be fair, it wasn't like a caution fest the entire time.
That is correct.
I'm just, I know on paper it didn't look good, and maybe it wasn't that entertaining if you're not watching, just for virtual Cars to Wreck all the time. But for what it's worth, everybody or most of this league being still very new to iRacing, and us working through the rules and how to go about things. We're working halfway through this regular season, and I would say it's a success as Landon Cardullo hits the pit lane from third.
I agree. It's been a huge success here. Everybody seems to put in a good show night in, night out, every Wednesday.
That being said, the success doesn't come without the support of you all, and the amount of views is not how we're going to measure the success. The amount of fun these drivers have in the league, that's how we're going to measure the success of the league. But views don't hurt.
That is true. Views don't hurt.
But, of course, everybody in here, I know a good chunk of y'all are here supporting Burger Nation. And we have everybody else. I know we have a Pratt and a Lingerfelt fan. And we have a Richardson fan who joins. And many other drivers who have a fan join in on them. How about Joshua joining the Facebook chat saying Holt has the win all day long? Well, that does seem to be the case, but we also did see Greg Holt spin from the race lead last week, or 2 weeks ago.
And I don't know if you just caught that. Malico pushing to get his lap back from Greg Holt.
Malico is on fresh tires via when he's pitted. You know what I'm thinking? These drivers, they are cutting a whole pit stop out of their strategy. I thought Swift Motorsports was on the right strategy, and they still could be, because I don't know if these drivers are going to be able to complete cutting out a whole pit stop.
True.
But they're trying to cut an entire pit stop out of this race. That's what Greg Holt and Reese Schaefer are doing.
I think that's the best we can get from that. Now, will it work? that we'll have to find out.
And Schaefer still hanging in there. He's lost a little bit of touch now. The gap is open between Holt and Schaefer. Yeah, Gardner coming by on fresh tires.
Now, can Gardner get a lap back from Greg Holt is the question.
Yeah, Gardner's had a rough day. I think a lap back would go a long way for Gardner.
That is very true. He needs all the laps back he can get, and it's been rough, but if he's having fun, everyone's having fun.
And that is our league owner, by the way, Adam Gardner, who sacrificed his enjoyment of racing to be race control earlier this season when we were still looking for a race controller to be active week in and week out, and now we have two. So thank you for them for stepping up and letting Adam still have the opportunity to race and not just be a league owner watching the races. But Farron Elam hits the pit lane from 14th position.
Adam has really done a lot, and we appreciate him for everything he's done for us and to able to keep us from running every week.
Yeah, for sure. Because if you don't know, if you're not familiar with iRacing, as Andrew Pratt pits from the 4th position and Josh McClune follows suit. We'll see if Greg Holt and Reese Schaefer follow. No, Schaefer just was out of frame. I thought Schaefer was coming and Holt wasn't. And for those who don't know, you have to pay to host a league on iRacing. It's not a lot, but it's a $10 fee to start the league, and then each session is 50 cents by the hour, and these sessions could go about 4 hours. He usually sets them for even longer, 5 hours in case you have overtime. And so it's $2.50 a session, and he's doing this all out of pocket. We had a sponsor last season when we were on console on PS4. The past 2 seasons we ran this league, we had a sponsor. The Vidworks company was very gracious to us in helping us out when we were back on console. But unfortunately, they were not able to continue to deal with us. That being said, Adam's done a lot for this league. He's trying his hardest to get this league forward. Back on PS3, he was just running, it for fun, and then he got the PS4, and he got to a sponsor deal, and now we're here on iRacing trying to make it better, and it just keeps going up with this Outlaw series. It's done. The leaders are coming in.
Oh, don't speed, Greg. Don't speed.
Oh, the lockups there. I don't know, man.
It's gonna be close to call here.
We'll let obviously iRacing handles the black flags itself. We'll see. Did he not speed? And I don't. If you speed on pit road and is it a drive through or is it a stop go?
I'm pretty sure it's a drive through. It might.
I know
Pretty
in
sure
real
it's-
life it is, but Jeremiah Stutzman takes over the race lead in his number 71 Viagra Ford Mustang. Doug Solms also in the pit lane. Here comes Stutzman. Home track driver Adrian Schumacher comes out at turn number 4. And Adrian Schumacher will once again be the race leader. 50 laps to go. Well, not this time by, next time by. Well, in 2 laps time will be 50 laps to go in this race. And Adrian Schumacher out here. Getting some laps led on the behalf of Illinois drivers as the other Illinois driver, Seth Berger, hits the pit lane in the 8th position. Cardulo now takes the theoretical lead. He's scored 2nd right now.
Can he hold it? Or will the damage show?
We'll have to see. I mean, Cardulo right now he's got a large gap over Greg Holt, but I mean severely older tires. I mean the lap Cardulo pitted to Holt was 8 laps earlier. Here comes Schumacher. Adrian Schumacher from the race lead pits. And will... Oh, Lingerfeld was hot on the binders coming into the pit lane. He will make it. And Landon Cardulo takes over the race lead. And before things spice up once again, we're going to be loud and proud with these 650 horses. Don't go away. And you saw it all there once again. Colt and Schaefer both motored on by race leader, well, was then race leader Landon Cardulo. And we'll take a look at this because this was...
And as I was saying before, that damage that Landon has might have cost him whatever lead he had in what race he probably could have won. Now it's Reese banging the bumper right off of Greg Holt, looking to take the lead.
Oh, wow. That's happening right now. Well, we just watched a replay. We'll now watch a replay of what's going on right now.
Reese takes the lead here at Chicagoland.
And this is how he did it. Coming down the back straightaway. He was on the inside of Greg Holt, and he cleared him. You go back live. And so, something happened a little bit ago. That's huge for the playoff picture. I think both cutoff drivers, the driver inside and outside the cutoff coming into today, Miz and Gilliard, I think both had accidents. This is back on lap 106. Let's see if we can deduct what happened here. I think Miz wrecked it coming to pit road. Or... Oh, I think he got a penalty with that too. Oh, no.
Oh, he wrecked it right into pit road.
Yeah, let's see if we can we'll get that incident. Yeah, same thing. The trouble has been pit entry. And wow, just hard into the inside wall there.
Right in front of the 7 car.
Let's see what happened to James Gilliard. Same thing. Pit road, man. We have not... Oh, Gilliard missed it big time. Let's see what happened here. He's coming down the back straightaway, James Gilliard. Yes, he's... Looks like it was next lap anyway.
Yeah, he definitely missed it completely. Wow.
We'll watch it this lap. I think it's this. If it's not this lap, we'll just go back live. But here's Gilliard. Entered high.
It was on lap 121.
Yeah, I have that information. I don't know what lap we're on right now, though. I don't know. Well, we take a look at what happened here. And
We are on lap 136 out of 175 here at Chicagoland.
well, not live, but yeah, Gilliard just he tried to get the pit road really late. I don't know if he tried to get the pit road.
I think he was trying and then realized, uh-oh, it's too late, and then just lost it.
Hey, what happened there was now Miz and Gilliard are both out of this. Look at that aerial shot of the track. That is nice. Looking at that beautiful track at night.
Gotta love Chicagoland. I'm so sad they took it. NASCAR's not racing it at it anymore.
Did you by chance go when it was rained out to later in the night? Or have a chance to go to a night race at Chicago?
No, I did not. The last race I went to, it was when it was still the Sprint Cup series, and it was 2015, 2016, one of the two.
Oh.
I think Denny Hamlin won the race. That was when Jimmy Johnson got into Kevin Harvick and the whole fiasco.
There was a race, I think in 2013. The race had a rain delay on lap 53 or something like that. And it was like a 3-hour rain delay, and they raced the rest of the race at night.
I felt like that. I would love to go to a rain delayed race. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like so much fun.
I had the opportunity to go to Texas this season.
Texas.
I did not have the opportunity to go to the second part of the race. I had the ticket for the Cup race, and of course the truck race was earlier that day, so I got the whole truck race with, the Cup ticket. And the Cup race started, and they ran 40 laps. Then the caution came out for fog, and they ran like 10 or 15 laps under caution. Then they red flagged the race. And then I was there in the grandstands for like an hour and a half. I'm like, this race isn't getting restarted. And so I was there also with my mother and my siblings, and we just decided to leave and go get dinner. And turns out the race was postponed to Monday the next morning, and had the opportunity to stay, and then it was like, well, it didn't happen. It got postponed until later, and then Tuesday afternoon, and then didn't happen till Wednesday afternoon is when the race finally restarted. It was over a 72-hour rain delay, and I was already back home, which it was about a 5 hours drive south. And I know everybody who was able to go back to the track got like All-Star Race hot passes for their dedication. And how much I wish I could have gone. I had other commitments, and
right, and sometimes that happens, and it's all right. You missed a bad race anyway. I mean, Kyle Busch won, so at least you missed Kyle Busch winning race.
I was half rooting for Kyle Busch, just because he hadn't won that season. I know how it is to be a fan of a driver that has been really good and then all of a sudden go winless. So
unfortunately, though, I can't say the same. If anyone wants to know, I deeply, deeply, deeply do not like Kyle Busch.
I think we got that. Mark Berger says Chicago, with an angry emoji, seriously needs a caution.
I couldn't agree more with you, Mark.
Yeah, I think both Illinois drivers, Adrian Schumacher in 7th and Seth Berger in 8th, would both like a yellow.
I think us up here in the booth would also like a yellow.
30 laps to go. Reese Schaefer now has a 3.5-second advantage. I thought this was going to be Greg Holt's race to lose.
What happened to Holt?
There's something amiss with Holt. He doesn't really have... Oh, he does have right side damage. Did he get the wall?
Oh. Now I think it's Schaefer's race to lose.
I agree with that. Let's see what's going on back here. Tyler Markle trying to close up on Theron Elam Jr. And this is the battle for 10th. As Kevin Thompson hits the pit lane, the battle for 10th, which is a lap down to the race leaders. Heating up here, and Service has made a final pit stop. When is... I don't know what's the point where drivers can make it to the end, because I don't really know what drivers are trying to aim for. They're trying to aim for 40, 45 laps, and if that's the case, who... Oh, Kevin Thompson's out.
Oh.
No, never mind. He's out of pit lane.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That it said out on my timing, and I didn't realize it meant out of pit lane.
Right. No, you're good.
That should be a little different. Also a tight battle. Malenko gonna breeze right on by Kyle Lingerfeld. This for 13th.
Or as I like to call him, Karuda. Mr. I can't say his name. Up here in the booth, but
Schumacher breezes by Elam. Here comes Markle to the back bumper of the 19, and again, a top 10 spot is up for grabs.
Adam Gardner zooming by Reese Schaefer here.
And again, one of those laps back, and the final pit stop, it's... I'm going to be honest, I am really lost on what the strategy is at the moment.
I clearly don't know
The drivers have veered off a little bit of strategy. We thought Swift Motorsports was going with 35 laps apiece. Then they started extending, but they're still short pitting. And then Cardullo short pits Holt and Schaefer, and I think we just have to take a look at the pit strategy. Let's see what's going on here between the top 8. Right now, Cardullo on the oldest tires of the top 8. He cannot make it to the end. I don't think anybody in the top 8 can make it to the end. I think this is everybody on the lead lap, by the way, in the top 8.
Yep. 7.
7 on the lead lap. Well, Seth Berger is there as well. Honorary, I guess.
Honorary.
So they go 40 laps on a stint, and Nobody's gonna make it 40. Service hits the pit lane, or has hit the pit lane. He's up to 8th, and Holt is in. Cardulo is in. No, Cardulo is not in. Holt is in though. Now this is huge, because this could decide the win right here. But now if you're Reese Schaefer, it can go about 10 more laps. What do you do at that point? Do you take two tires?
It looks like he's coming down now.
Schaefer's coming. Schaefer in response to Greg Holt. Schaefer probably wanted to go longer, but probably had to respond to Greg Holt's pit.
Yeah, I definitely think
Here
he
comes
wanted to go
Cardulo
on.
as well. So what they're splitting the rest of the race in half is what they are doing, or what Holt did, and then Schaefer and Cardulo responded.
Right.
Stutzman stays out, and so if you can go another 10 laps, what do you do then? 15 laps to go, or say 10 laps to go. Do you take just fuel? Do you take right sides? What do you do?
That I think maybe 2 tires might be the move, or maybe you do just fuel.
Have you ever
Depends on how
have you ever
hard-
been on 2 tires with very old left sides? How has that gone for you?
Not at Chicagoland. I haven't really raced Chicagoland so much, but 2 tires on a half mile, it can get a little iffy. That's for sure.
Andrew Pratt pits from 2nd position. And that's Schluter Systems number 75 Ford Mustang.
Reese Schaefer out of pit road now. What a day Schaefer has had
Greg
today.
Holt comes off of turn 4. Schaefer's on. Never mind. Schaefer's on the front straight. Schaefer has an advantage over Greg Holt by 3 seconds. Stutzman is in. McClune comes off of turn 4, and Joshua McClune says, I want to get a lap lead. So McClune takes over the lead. Schumacher 2 seconds behind. I doubt it, because it's about 10 to 12 laps, 15 laps. That's a lot. Is anybody trying to save? I think that's too long.
I mean, I feel like that's too long, but maybe somebody's thinking about it.
I guess you can never throw out the possibility,
Right.
but that seems way too long to me. Seth Berger right now is scored 7th with a couple of cars ahead of him still to pit. Max Service is scored 5th. He'll come out 3rd once McClune and Schumacher pit.
Side by side between McClune and St. Coeur for a second there.
No, St. Coeur is a lap down. McClune is the race leader.
No, they were still side by side though.
Oh, okay. Oh, for a second. I thought you said 4
Yeah.
second.
No. I'm not that stupid. Yet.
Adrian Schumacher is really closing the gap as Joseph Cossey is pitting from 13th.
And here comes bad man Pratt out of nowhere.
Yeah, Pratt on those fresh tires. He rockets on by. McClune's going to go another lap because he had Solms powering by. Oh, into the wall goes Pratt.
Oh, all the... Man, now I'm getting Emerson's jinx. Emerson's jinx is rubbing off on me. And I just gave it to Pratt.
Here comes Adrian Schumacher. Can he physically take the lead from McClune here? Schumacher follows the same line as McClune into 3. 19 laps to go, coming around to 18 laps to go. The home track driver, I think, still has to pit again. But can he do anything here? He's now trapped behind the 56 of Gardner, going another lap down. Schumacher trying to wrestle his way to the 18 of McClune.
Oh,
McClune washes up. Here comes Schumacher.
Schumacher to the lead.
Adrian
Wow.
Schumacher takes the lead. Don't look too soon. Reese Schaefer's coming.
Schaefer is coming, and he is driving fast. He wants what's his.
Yep. Schumacher gets that lap led, but I think that's the last lap he's going to get led today. Tyler Markle, Farron Elam Jr. pit from 10th and 11th.
Schaefer on his quarter, looking on his door now. To the inside, clear. And Schaefer retakes the lead here at Chicagoland.
Schaefer not only the theoretical, but now the physical race leader today. Greg Holt, good distance behind. Joshua McClune hits the pit lane. Schumacher stays out another lap.
Now we have to start thinking, what will Schaefer do?
Landon Cardullo stays out as well. Max Service in 4th, right behind the lap car of his teammate Malenko. Seth Berger, when everything shakes out, should be 6th with that car. And how long does Schumacher stay out? Here he comes. Here comes Schumacher.
And speaking of the devil, here he comes.
Adrian Schumacher, 15 laps to go. Now, what do you do if you're Schumacher? Do you take 2 tires? Do you take gas only? We were talking about this already. Does Schumacher try?
To be honest, I don't know if Schumacher has too much to gain for taking 2 tires.
You know, he has 2 wins on the season. He's really low in points. I think, why not try it, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, hey, try what you want. I mean,
Oh, he'll
if
take
it gets
4
you the win, it
tires.
gets you the win.
He'll take 4 tires.
As we see, he took 4 tires, so never mind, our conversation has been void.
But I'm just like, you know, 2 wins on the season. He's low in
Right.
points. Just try something, you know?
Try something, yeah. But, you know, as we saw, he definitely didn't hear us.
That's all right. And again, he's one of the drivers that cannot miss another race. And I'm certainly hoping he doesn't miss next week, as he rocked it at Road America. But
It'll be interesting to see. Montreal, I think, will be, if not Schumacher, then who?
you know, Malenko finished 2nd at Road America by a long distance behind. But he likes the road courses. Tyler Markle won the first road course this season at Auto Club Road Course. And then other road ringers, I don't know off the top of my head, but Joseph Cossi, we did a test race at Pocono Road Course, and Cossi was very fast there.
Right?
So Joseph Cossi, Malenko, Tyler Markle, those names come to mind. 12 laps to go, though. Reese Schaefer, a near 8-second advantage over Greg Holt.
Will he have enough?
Cardullo in 3rd. Max Service in 4th. Jeremiah Stutzman in 5th. Andrew Pratt goes on by. Seth Berger for 6th. Seth Berger back into the pit lane.
Oh, no. Problems for Seth Berger.
Whoa, what is going on, Seth Berger?
Problems. Man, that is a tough end. Tough to see.
Let's see if we can see what happened. Seth Berger. Did he damage the car off of 2? It looks like he's shaking the back end, though. I think. Let's see. Anything here off of turn 4? Oh, he plowed the... Oh, my. That would do it.
Man.
Now, it's not over for him to get a top 10. He's scored 10th right now. So, Burger Nation, I know it doesn't look good, but he can still salvage a top 10 with 10 laps to go.
Chicagoland not treating Burger Nation well here tonight.
Adrian Schumacher, though, in 8th. Trying to chase down Josh McClune. Can Schumacher snag a 7th?
That would be nice to say.
Yeah, for the...
Snag a 7th at your home track. I mean, a win would be nice too, but...
Reese Schaefer looking to get some sponsorship for that car, and what better way to do it than a win? And
Yeah,
with
I
8
agree.
laps to go, he is in prime position to do that.
That is a interesting car that Schaefer has. think Schaefer's taste is a little different than anybody else out here tonight with his
sure.
paint scheme.
Mark Berger says not even a debris caution. Mad Dog Burger says Burger Nation, hope all is well. For sure, Burger. I mean, if he can bring it home, can still snag a 10th.
7 laps to go here at Chicagoland.
And Reese Schaefer, he's now opened up a 10-second advantage.
I just what happened to Greg Holt?
I'm not sure. Maybe a battle could maybe brew up between Cardulo and Holt once again. Stutzman moves into 4th. Again, the highest driver in points without a win. Doesn't look like he'll break through today. But improving that points margin. Max Service, the highest running driver with 2 wins over Adrian Schumacher and Seth Berger. Now we're point leader and top seed of the playoffs, Malenko, right now in 9th. Andrew St. Cyr, nice quiet run on 11th. Theron Elam Jr., I believe this is only his 4th start with us, and in 12th. Not a bad result at all.
That's not bad.
What is severely underwhelming, Joseph Cossey in the 14th position. On pure pace, I have nothing.
Nothing. I don't know if there's anything you can say.
6 spots below where he started. How about the biggest mover today? As Kyle Lingerfeld is pitting now from 16th with 5 to go. Oh man.
Oh man.
Andrew Pratt is up 13 spots from where he started. He is 6th. And the driver who's dropped the most, Devin Smith, is minus 16. Adam Gardner, minus 12. It's been a rough day for Gardner. He might snag Lingerfeld here. Lingerfeld's on pit lane, and no, they were not on the same lap.
They are not on the same
Tyler
lap.
Markle was looking to improve on his standings today. Looks like it won't beat today. But next week we go to a road course, and he won the opening road course of the season.
3 to go as we cross the line here in Chicago.
Yep, 3 laps to go for Reese Schaefer, who new to the Outlaw Sim series, but not new to iRacing one bit. I believe this what is his 4th start, possibly, or 3rd?
Yeah, 4th or 3rd. I think he did USA.
He did Michigan,
USA, Nashville, so 4.
Yeah, this would be the 4th start. And Schaefer, 2 laps to go, 3 miles, and he is continuing to grow the lead. This is probably going to be the largest margin of victory. Well, not Road America was larger, for sure. But this is going to be a large margin of victory for Reese Schaefer. After all day, we saw lead changes so much today.
Between Holt and Cardulo, Reese always sticking in 3rd, and now here he is.
We got a battle still.
White.
McClune going for 6th on Pratt. Here comes Schumacher. Schumacher wants 6th. He's going to at least get 7th on Pratt. Final lap for these guys' battle as well. I think McClune might be too far ahead.
All Schaefer has to do is keep the car smooth. Don't even have to run full throttle. Don't even need to.
There's no need. He can coast from here with a near 13-second advantage.
What a race Schaefer put on today. And to think we thought it would be Greg Holt's race to win. Schaefer wins it.
Alpha turn number 4, Reese Schaefer. First career Outlaw Sim Series win for Reese Schaefer. We'll see the battle. It looks like McClune beats out Schumacher, but we'll file back here. Greg Holt will come home 2nd after 2 weeks ago. The heartbreak. Cardulo comes home 3rd. A much needed decent result. Jeremiah Stutzman 4th. Max Service with the undercuts gets him 4 spots better than where he started in 5th. And only 5 cars on the lead lap at the end of it.
And to think, no yellow flags were displayed tonight. Green
second.
flag to green flag racing.
The second entirely green flag race on the season. And here is race winner, Reese Schaefer. Cardullo's gonna park up with him.
Yes, sir, teammate. Congratulating his other teammate.
Let the winner do his burnouts on the banking, and look at him rip them. Doing burnouts around his team owner.
His teammate, team owner.
I assume Landon's a team owner.
Yeah, he is.
And I guess that was a half donut, not to take away from him, just to do a little
I think
celebration.
so. Oh, and now he's gonna do the Brad Keselowski style burnouts.
Well, we'll let them celebrate, and we'll start working on interviews. And I guess let's talk to the winning team owner, the third place finisher, Landon Cardillo. And Landon, what a race!
That was fun to watch.
You looked like you were the one to beat, and then the momentum shifted. What happened from your point of view today? An entirely green flag race, so this was all driver and all strategy. So what did you see from your point of view?
It was fun. Definitely rough on the tires. I think in the beginning of the race, Reese kind of took his turn on that and killed his tires, and I got around him and I led a lot of laps, which was nice. But transition from day to night kind of threw me off, and it got a little tighter. So definitely hurt me on that part.
So I know Jacob was your former teammate, so I'll let Jacob kind of, finish out this interview if he wants to.
Jacob,
And Landon, how are you feeling after this one, man? Teammate
tired.
winning this race. I mean,
My arm's hurt.
his fourth race of the season. I mean, that's got to be something. You got to be proud of your driver there.
Yeah, wouldn't want anybody else as my teammate. It was great. I know last week, or not last week, but like 2 weeks ago, we had a little problem at Nashville, but everything's besides that. So, not mad at him. Just it was a good race. Deserved that.
What I want to know is what happened to the car tonight. Like Emerson said, it seemed like you were the one to beat, and the car just looked. Did you get any damage at all?
Yeah, I kissed the wall. Didn't really help. It didn't really hurt anything. Not that I know of. It's just the tire fall off. I mean, transition from day to night, like I said, it's totally different. Temperatures go down. Using a lot more tire because it's supposed to get looser, colder track. But I kind of just killed my stuff there at the end. But all in all, great race.
Oh, I think if Emerson's good, I think I'm good.
Yeah, for sure. Just final thoughts. Was this what you expected? And then, what are you? What are you expecting at Montreal?
I don't know about Montreal. We'll see. But all in all, tonight was a good race. Good learning experience. I mean, I didn't kill the tires 10 laps in like Michigan, so.
Hey, fair enough. I was very impressed with your tire
Yeah, I
conservation
think
today.
we both were.
So, that being said, tire conservation, not the name of the game next week at Road Course. Go get him, Tiger.
All right, thank you guys.
Good luck.
And that was driver of the number 8, Landon Cardullo. And now we're going to get a word in with our second place finisher, driver of the number 3. And Greg, I know you wanted that win, but a second place after what happened last week, does that kind of make up for anything?
It does, but I barely kissed the wall, and it cost me about 0.2 a lap. So, yeah, it is what it is. We'll take it. It's better than going to the back and having to work your way back to the front, I guess.
I would assume that. It looked fun up there. It really did. You and Schaefer and Cardullo, you three really were the class of the field today. What did you maybe have? I can see one advantage you had over Cardullo, but what's your point of view on maybe the advantages and disadvantages you had compared to Schaefer and Cardullo?
I think I was just faster out of the corner, especially in 4, maybe a little bit in 1 and 2. That was it. I was saving in a different way than what they were. But yeah, I mean, It was good. It was close racing. I know the 8 had to have barely kissed the wall because he dropped like a rock from being right there with us, and then I did the exact same thing. So just thanks. Would have been nice to have 3 good cars all right there.
For
But
sure.
not taking anything away from the 17. He did a good job.
Yeah, you guys put on a great battle, to say.
Yep. Yeah, no, definitely. You get into that zone when you're running, and I just came off one of the corner. I don't even know if I was in a corner when I tagged the wall. I think I might have been on the front stretch. But anyways, it is what it is.
So this is only your second start of the Outlaw Sim series. From last week, from what you saw, it was not the best of races, but it was also Nashville. And then this week we run all green. What are your opinions? Was this what you expected after last week? What do you think just in general?
It was a great race. Everybody, for the most part, I think everybody gave room. We were up front. We were dicing it up a little bit, trying to pinch a little, enter in the corners, make it a little bit harder to slide by on those older tires. But yeah, no, it was great. Last week, like you said, it's Martinsville. It's a short, or not Martinsville, Nashville. It's a short track. I mean, it's gonna be rough, man. At a place like this, there's a ton of room to race. So I'm glad it was green. 175 laps. That was a long one. Jeez.
Yeah.
For sure. I've actually been saying the wrong thing. I said this was our second full caution-free race, and it's our second full caution-free race on an oval. We've had 4 caution-free races this season, 2 of them at a road course, leading me to next week. We're at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. What are your expectations on a road course? What are you thinking?
I think I have run one road course in the last 5 years, so I don't know. I don't even think I have the track. We'll have to see. Never been there before, so it'll be interesting for me for sure.
Well, you're in luck. I picked it because that's what the Xfinity series, the Nationwide series went. North of the border. Figured we get a little bit of French flavor as we head to Quebec. But nonetheless,
it's close to home.
Yeah. I see you're from New England. What part of New England?
Maine.
Maine? Oh, yeah, that is pretty close, huh?
Yep.
Well, fair enough. Congratulations on your second place finish today. Best of luck to you next week, turning left and right at Montreal. And, yeah.
Good luck to you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Right on. And that was second place finisher. That was driver of the number 3. And now we're here with the man himself in his 4th start, Reese Schaefer. Reese, how does that feel to get that done?
It feels great. Oh my God, it was a tough one out there, trying to stay consistent, but we got it done. Brought her home today.
Yes, sir. It looked rough out there. I mean, when I mean rough, the battles between you and Cardullo and Holt. Walk us through that and maybe the advantages you had over one driver or the other, or the disadvantage you had to either driver.
So it was so the first good half of the race, it was pretty good experimenting. The battles we had all of them were really good. We were just close, just trying to get every inch on each other. We're coming in and out of corners and seeing what everyone else run. But what for me is I kept experimenting with a lot of things. I started with brake bias at the start of the race. My car really fell off, so then it didn't really help or anything. Then going later in the race, I kind of see what other people were running. I kind of got the line a little bit better. I think overall my line throughout the race improved from watching Holt and Cardullo. And then at the end there, I knew I just one of my big struggles was pit road. I don't know why, but I just couldn't really get out of the box that well, and Holt kept getting on me, so I knew I had to start breaking some distance on him race-wise to really get myself in. The one key difference I think that I found for me at least is about halfway through the race, I started turning less with my steering wheel, and I saved significantly on my tires, and I started to just improve consistency all around. It really helped out my race. So
fair enough. I know Jacob was your teammate, so I'll let him ask some questions for you. And Jacob, go for it.
All right, Reese. There's one thing I really want to know. What did it take for your car to finally get up there?
what the big difference maker was, like kind of mentioned a little bit ago, just earlier, is the turning. So when I started the race, I was going maybe about 90 to 80 degrees turn, like degree wide turning to the left, and then I started to notice that as the race went on, that my tires were really getting shot compared to the other drivers, and so I started turning less because it's usually a key to start helping. I started going to maybe 30, 45 around there, and overall it just my I was hitting my apexes better. I felt like I could get out of the corners good, coming in good, and it was really interesting. I think the big difference was by having a, my line improve and having fresher tires, especially when it gets to the nighttime. The car really got tight, and so by having these fresher tires, I believe that's kind of what allowed me to get past those guys because they were struggling and having to deal with closing in on the wall and stuff like that out of 4 and 2.
Reese, from what I am told, this is your 4th start in the Outlaw Sim Series, and you end it with a win. What does that mean to you?
It's pretty great. We had the Michigan when I first started, and I carved my way through the field, finished second. If I would have qualified, I think I would have maybe even won that one. But the last 2 weeks we hit the short tracks, and man, short tracks are great, but man, they're a struggle. Just pinball machines sometimes. So I knew coming into this race that I could definitely be up front because I love these 1.5 mile, 2 mile track, or Chicagoland, Michigan, Atlanta, stuff like this. And so once I got my groove going, I knew that I could probably get at least a top 3 with Cardullo and the 3 car. So it means a lot to me, this win.
Well, that's awesome for you. Glad you got the win, Emerson. If you got anything else to say.
Yeah, for sure. Just the stock question. First win on the season. Well, actually, this is not stock, but the first win on the season. But you don't have the starts unless something changes to be eligible for the playoffs. So I know it's just for bragging rights anyway. But does this kind of change anything you do throughout the rest of the regular season or the rest of the season, or is it still just going for it?
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely going forward. Hopefully, this confidence-wise, I think getting a win under your belt always helps everything. So. We hit the road course next week in Montreal. I hate road courses, to be honest. I suck there. So hopefully, maybe I'll
just about to ask.
yeah, maybe we'll just get a new slate coming in and just start fresh or something. So should be real interesting, but I guess we'll just see what happens.
Fair enough. Is there a points position you're trying to reach, or you just
the highest I can?
Fair enough.
I mean, I think you said that pretty.
Yeah, so that's what my goal is. Wherever the highest I get to, that's my goal.
Fair enough. Well, congratulations again on your first win on the season in 4 starts, and best luck to you north of the border in Montreal.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
And good win tonight.
Yes, sir.
And that was driver of the number 17, Reese Schaefer. And Jacob, what a race we had today. I know it's not the action-packed race we had. Well, actually, I just take that back. There was a lot of action up front.
There was some good racing out there.
It's not the caution fest that we had 2 weeks ago, and we didn't have a caution. It was the green fest, if you say.
To be honest, I think not having a caution was actually better than last week. I mean, granted, it wasn't action-packed, but I mean, there was battles everywhere.
For sure. What today really allowed was the drivers to dictate their race. The cautions come out, and the drivers, especially with as many as last week. I'm not, blaming this, or I'm not like trying to spin this negatively in any way. It's just a short track that's tough to drive, but I mean, last week there was no 2 weeks ago there was no strategy. It was pit when the cautions come out. Well, the strategy was when do you pit for your tires. That's really about it. Right. Today was. You saw several different strategies. The short pits, the break it on 35 laps, the split the final stint in half. There's so many different strategies that came out of today's race, and these drivers learned today, with most of them having not done a race at Chicagoland of this length. Maybe none of them did a race at Chicagoland of this length. And
yeah, I agree.
I think that says a lot. That being said, we have some race results to look at, and Yeah, let's go ahead and throw them up on the screen here. Oop. There you go. So you see top of the chart, 5 drivers finished on the lead lap. There is Reese Schaefer with the win over Greg Holt, 13 seconds there at the end. And Landon Cardullo, Jeremiah Stutzman, Max Service round out the top 5 and the only drivers on the lead lap. Then on it was Joshua McClune, Adrian Schumacher, Andrew Pratt, and Malico, the only drivers 1 lap down. And it was on from there. Jacob, take us down to 15th.
All right, we have Seth Berger in 10th, 11th, Farron Alam Jr., Andrew St. Cour in 12th, Tyler Markle in 13th, Joseph Cossey, very rough day for him in the 88, in 14th, and in 15th, the 29 of Brandon Richardson.
And we work our way on down, and Kyle Lingerfelt, 16th. That was not the day he wanted. For him being 25 points above the cut line, he needed to gain. However, lucky for him, the drivers behind him, they didn't really have their fair share of luck as well. Okay, it's not moving down. That's okay. Oh, because I'm hitting the wrong one. That would also make sense. But there we are. Kyle Lingerfelt, 16th. He needed a better day. Unless you look behind him, Adam Gardner. Man, okay. I feel so bad for Adam Gardner. He qualified in the top 5. He came on 17th. Sometimes that happens. The pace is there, but the race isn't. It sucks. It's part of it. Doug Solms, the trooper he is, I know he finished 7 laps down, but he finished. Kevin Thompson, 8 down. James Gilliard left the race. Look at who he just beat out by 16 laps. Jason Miz. That's huge in the points battle. They were separated by 8 points coming in. Obviously, that's now 7 points. But that battle gets tighter for the cutoff. And then where does Lingerfelt line up with that? And St. Cour gained a huge amount of points. He gained 8 points on them. He was, I think, 16 coming in today behind the cutoff. So that cutoff line tightens up big time. And don't forget, if Schumacher or Cossey doesn't make next week, that cutoff line moves down.
That'll be interesting to see.
And then rounding out the back, we have Eric Peck, Devin Smith, Sheldon Swindell did not start today's race. And those are the race results today. And yeah, Jacob, what are your expectations for the road course next week?
Road courses. Left and right. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I expect to see some people go off track. Some wrecks happen here and there, but maybe some domination from Adrian on his part. I think it'll be a very tight race.
For sure, and tight indeed. If you've never been to Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, don't worry, I'll have a track guide ready for you. But there is walls on either side, most of that circuit. It's going to be wild, and it's going to be insane. It's not a difficult circuit, but it's a difficult to be fast on circuit. And I think that's really what's going to catch a lot of drivers out, is trying to be fast. It's going to be tough.
Right.
Anyway, it's a track made for F1 cars. NASCAR hasn't been there since 2012, so bringing them back next week. But anyway, enough about next week, because we guys still got to wrap up today. And again, just a huge congratulations to Reese Schaefer. One more thing. Tonight's charity, of course, was Mission 22. And again, I speak highly on it because I've had the opportunity to speak with people who greatly support it, and Operation Motorsports who work with them, of course, in the war against veteran suicide. And of course, it's Mission 22 because on average, 22 veterans a day commit suicide for a various amount of reasons, and we try our best. Mission 22 tries their best to, of course, change that number down to 21, and hopefully at the end of the day have it 0, because we should be taking care of our veterans, and that's what the message behind Mission 22 is. And so you can donate to Mission 22 on the donation button on our Facebook page about today's race posts. There'll be a donation button that goes straight between you and Facebook and the foundation. And we just want, on behalf of the Outlaw Sim series, to give them a little bit of spotlight, and hopefully you can help them out. Of course, only don't feel forced to do it if you're not able to. if you're financially able to, it would mean the world to give a little bit to help out our veterans. But nonetheless, that is going to do it tonight. Once again, a huge congratulations to Reese Schaefer on the big win, and make sure you tune in next week, Wednesday, December 9th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. The Outlaws Sim Series, round 16 of 36. We go north of the border. We go to Montreal, Quebec, Canada for Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. And while this has been Jacob Zala and myself, Emerson Arnott, on the call tonight, we will see you next time. You stay safe, stay warm. It's starting to get cold out there. And let's have some left and right action next week.